Ruppert, you are new to the podcast family, the Mi Familia, and you've been on the podcast before, in a way, right?
Yeah, I've been involved.
You've been in it.
Yes.
You've been in the podcast when we've recorded at the Tell 'em Steve Dave studio.
Am I about to get like jumped in or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my
that
God,
whole episode
yeah.
is it's more of an emotional jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the roast of Brian Ruppert.
Are we in the show?
Oh, this is I was just about to explain. We do like a loose chat that then comes to a head eventually.
Yeah, for like 12
And
or
then-
13 minutes.
and
And by the way, Brad hates that.
I
Oh,
do.
he
fucking
I
hates
really do.
Because Brad has said in every endeavor, he hates just easing into the thing. He likes to get in and get out. That's what he said.
Well,
Yeah.
he's German, right? So he likes the Blitzkrieg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm a Jew. I'm natural prey. So, we,
I knew this would happen.
It's going to be a spicy
Oh
episode.
no, we haven't even done the intro. We're already into Jews be doing this, and it's like, whoa! I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
It's funny. I mean, to give. Well, do you want to open the episode?
Yeah, open the episode.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Funbearable. I am Brad Rohr.
I am Ray, non-denominational Harrington.
I am Chuck, friend of the Jew, Staten. See, that's good.
And we
Isn't
are-
that nice.
We are joined.
Start it over. And I'm Ray. I fucking love the Jews. Wait, no.
it's probably best to be middle ground these days. You
these
don't want to
days-
love us
these
too
days,
much,
yeah,
and you don't want to
yeah.
hate us too much. You got to find that sweet spot.
From the,
I love the Jews, but I don't always love what they do.
we don't want to be kicked off of Scream 7, so we gotta. Have you heard the news?
Oh, I heard the news.
Oh, the news.
From reviewing history, we're welcoming Brian Ruppert.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
This is Brian Ruppert, and I want to give a quick. I love this guy. I started working with this guy in probably September of 2018, maybe August 2018. We became friends when I wanted to move to Staten Island. This is pre-pandemic, before I moved there. I barely knew Ruppert, and I told him that, and he's like, "Come meet me on Staten Island." And he drove me around for like 3.5 hours, showing me everything on Staten Island. And then
all of New York City, as far as I'm concerned.
What did you do with the other 3 hours?
and then
There's that pizza. There's that fucking weird dumpster we have. It's
There's
next
more
to the
pizza.
nice new one, but that weird one is there. And,
You are so spot on.
Some water ice.
Let's get some water ice over here. This is like creamy water ice. I don't know what that's about.
That's where
if
we
you look
fight.
over there,
That's where
you
we
can-
fight. That's our fighting parking lot.
And over here, you go right up to the edge of it. You park here, you walk over to the water, you look across, you see New York City. You know you can see New York City from here?
So we started working on Tell 'em Steve Dave projects around that time, which is when Tell 'em Steve Dave started their Patreon. We both do film work for them still. We work on a lot of projects together. But even starting Funbearable, Ruppert was a big part behind the scenes because he helped us film the Dude Let's Beat episode with Andrew Chavone. He helped us film the Game On episode with Walt and Get 'em when we did the Marvel board game.
Yeah.
And, Ruppert's podcast, Reviewing History, started around that time, too.
It's not, I think we're only like 4 weeks ahead of you guys, something like that.
Right around the same time. And
Well, we've put out more episodes.
We're having a pod measuring contest?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. We do kind of just general chat, and you do history. It's not like there's a lot to pull from with what you do. You know what I mean?
it's very limited.
I like how it's like, welcome to the podcast, and then just endless bullshit. I'm so sorry.
But yes, so Ruppert...
Ruppert, in a lot of ways, was like Chuck's like little brother when we did those episodes, because like doing Dude Let's Beat, we all had controllers and we were playing the video game.
Yeah.
And Roop's like just off in the corner. He's like, "No, I'm just happy if you're happy." You know what I mean? And then we play a board game,
Well, I
and
didn't
he's
tell
like,
you guys
"I'll
this.
just."
Chuck gave me a
I gave him
controller.
a controller, but it
Yeah.
wasn't plugged in. But Ruppert's here for a very specific reason. Tell everybody why you're here.
So my podcast, Reviewing History, we broke format a bit, and we did our first special, and we put it behind a paywall. Chuck was on it. We did a full Tell 'em Steve Dave ripoff Christmas episode.
That's right. Get 'em was on it.
Yeah,
Get 'em
Get 'em
Steve
is
Dave.
on it. Whole bunch of guests. It's $5. Half the money goes to St. Jude's. It's only a half cash grab.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
just gonna say, I mean, it is wild if you have a charity thing and you have to do the cents with what you're donating.
Yeah.
Like, $2.50. $2.50.
I felt like if we charge $6, that extra, it's a little too greedy.
Yeah,
So I was
Okay,
like, yeah.
all right. No, that's fair. That's fair. You know what you could have done? You could have just charged $5, keep the $5, but then say when people are subscribing to it, say, would you like to donate $1?
Oh, like
to
Lowe's
the
or
St.
something.
Jude?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get a tax write-off.
Yeah.
So
that
like
was
to-
the impetus behind
Would you
the
like
whole
to round?
donation.
Would you
Yeah.
like to round up? And it's
Yeah.
like it's just $5.
I've been
$4.99.
pitching this for Funbearable, where instead of doing a Patreon, we get people to pay each month a subscription service to have access to the show. And our big selling point was we would have paper shamrocks that you could write your name on,
Yeah.
and we'd put it on the wall behind us.
Yep. And sometimes you could write your podcast name on it, which is a thing I did numerous times.
Wait, you bought those?
Yeah, at like Taco Bell.
You're a sucker.
Taco Bell. I'm donating there, and I'm writing. Listening to Funbearable.
It's a tax shell.
He's
That's
right.
what's happening.
I consider it
no
$1
charity,
of advertising.
No tipping. We all feel the same way.
If that
No,
guy
And,
tipping's good. No, I want to throw this out there. Hey, here's a fun tip for our fun bears out there in fun land.
tipping. You're tipping.
Gas stations, grocery stores, all these places that are like, do you want to donate $1?
Yep.
If you do that, your dollar probably goes to that organization under the name of the place that you are shopping at,
Yeah.
and they get to write it off as a tax credit.
Yes. know.
So don't do that. Just help a charity.
Yes.
What I say is whenever they're like, oh, it's for a children's hospital. It's for a
Unless it's
children's
through
fund.
Reviewing History's Christmas album, then
Oh,
you should
sure.
totally, yeah.
But my response is always, oh, I don't help the kids. And then I move
But
on.
it's all right because with reviewing history, you're not going to use it as a tax write-off because they don't have any income.
That's true, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
But so tell people where they can get it.
It's on Bandcamp. It should be up by the time this drops. So bandcamp.com, Reviewing History. It's called This Ain't No Whack Christmas. We parodied the Dolomite This Ain't No White Christmas cover album. It's
Perfect.
very erotic.
Yeah, it
Chuck's on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well, it's
yeah, it's only
erotic,
$5 and
yeah.
you get 4.5 hours of podcast. So
That's
it's pretty
great.
good.
And you're helping a good cause.
Yeah.
And those kids.
Yeah.
My daughter has to eat.
Yes.
That is true.
But we had a fun time. Jimmy the Hair Guy's on it. Get'em's on it. Chris Ladondo's on it. There's a bunch of people. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know these names. It's like somebody just came
It's
back
Tell 'em
from summer
Steve Dave
camp.
Royalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be
Oh,
great.
okay.
Be grateful that you don't know some of those names.
You don't know Jimmy the Hair?
Jimmy the
Oh, that's why you're upset.
I can't
Because
wait.
there's a guy called the Hair Guy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
call
I'm
it-
his nemesis.
Brad the Skin Guy.
Brad the Inevitable Man. Right?
So-
Because you'll lose your hair inevitably.
So Ruppert wanted to come on, and we said it'd be perfect to bring on Ruppert for a We Pitch You Merry Christmas episode. We
Yeah.
did one last year. We pitched a bunch of Christmas ideas, and I was like, let's get Ruppert in here. And so Rupert's going to pitch an idea. We all have ideas for new Christmas projects.
Yes.
And I want
let's
to
hear for that.
give the love to your podcast really quickly.
Thank you.
Reviewing History. I enjoy it.
Do you actually listen?
I
You're the listener.
Not
It's so
every
nice to
episode.
meet
Not
you.
every episode. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Only genuine plugs on this podcast, except for Brad's.
Except for hair plugs.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All
his
natural.
plugs.
All natural.
They're not taking.
Yeah.
they're-
That's why it's still all natural.
Didn't your hair doctor say that it's rejecting?
He used the word
implant?
revolting.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
he said that the hair sometimes moves like the symbiote in Spider-Man to try and jump away from you.
I was like, "Will I get powers from this?" And he was like, "No." He's disgusted. I asked.
You might lose some
In
power.
fact, you're
He
going to
still
lose
walks
some of
down
your
the street
faculty.
pointing at people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was very cocky. Very cocky.
Notice
Yeah.
anything different about
He
me?
did yell at Kirsten Dunst,
Kiss me.
the actual Kirsten Dunst.
She had it coming.
Yeah, you got in an altercation with Jesse Plemons,
Yes.
her husband.
Yes.
And you said because he is living the life you should have.
Yes.
Very strange.
No,
My
no,
point was
accurate.
reviewing history. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm exhausting Chuck already.
No, go ahead.
Reviewing history. I would just like you to just give a brief log line of what
Yeah.
the show is to entice Funbearable listeners because I'm a history nerd.
Yeah, if you like history, and obviously if you're listening to this, you like comedy, we're a blend of the two, and we throw in movies. So basically, we watch movies based on true stories, and we dive into them, and we tell you what's real and fake in them, and we just generally have a good time. It's just
Yeah.
an excuse to hang off jokes, really.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That's fun though. That's
Yeah.
fun.
We've had a lot of fun.
How worried are you about the length of the episode for when Bonaparte or Napoleon comes out. I can't. Is it
The,
Bonaparte?
the
Napoleon.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
So
And
there's going to
how
be a 4
wildly not
hours.
accurate it is.
There's going to be a 4-hour director's cut. I already know based on our dynamics. I'm like the Chuck. I'm like the happy idiot.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to be like, this is awesome. Blow up those pyramids, Napoleon. And the other 2 guys are going to be like, the pyramids aren't blown up. What is this? And they're going to get all angry.
Okay,
That's
that's
fine.
fair.
I'm
That's
excited
fair.
for
I like
that.
that dynamic. I like
It's a
that.
series
it's
of
gonna be
books by Naomi Novik called the Temerant series, and it's the Napoleonic Wars, but dragons are real. And it is great. I think there's 11 books in the series.
That
They are
feels like
fantastic.
I'm glad that they're good.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you could get 11 books out of. There's also dragons.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the whole Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, they go to China and Japan.
Well, with the dragons.
Right. Well, yeah, they treat dragons very differently there.
Imagine.
Yeah, imagine dragons.
Yeah, that's what I was doing there. I like that idea, but I also like the idea of the publishing company just sitting in the boardroom going, "What else could be dragons? What if World War II? No,
Keep going
start
back.
with one.
Keep going back. Keep
Start
going back.
World
Keep-
War One with dragons.
Honestly, it's Master and Commander, but with dragons instead of ships.
Nice.
I thought it was weird though when that one dragon in France got a paint stripe on his back, so he pretended to be a different species of dragon. And he was chasing the female cute dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
great.
weird when that one dragon date raped that other dragon.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I
was
couldn't
date
believe
rape?
his beret stayed on the whole time. I let that
What are we
I let
doing
that one
anymore?
go. Yeah, let's move on from that one.
Sometimes we create a whirlpool vortex of bits, and we get lost in it. It's a reverse Brad's bidet situation. Is that a call forward?
It's a
Call
Yes,
forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chuck, you had a shout out you wanted to give.
Well, did you have a shout out?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Really quickly, I wanted to say recently was doing shows here at the Comedy Connection because we're in the basement of the Rhode Island Comedy Connection. I was doing shows, and I wanted to bring this up, and I didn't get a chance to mention this before. You look angry about this.
No.
Oh, okay. Are you remembering something?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I'm often angry when I recall.
Whenever his brain is functioning, he goes,
Yeah.
Thinking about Napoleon.
I fucking hate that guy.
Vietnam with dragons?
Is that something? That's
Is
something.
that something? Is that something?
the Bay of Dragons?
Yes.
Okay, what if hear me out? What if the Korean War there were 2 lightsabers in existence? How would that swing things either way?
Shout out.
Hi! Sorry, I thought it was a call. I like the idea of our podcast being something where every once in a while somebody can go shout out, and everybody, everybody has to go oh.
It's getting close to like Pee Wee's Playhouse or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, we know who's going to get caught in a theater.
I'll wear my Brad mask. What the hell?
And who's going to leave a disappointing cameo for me at some point? That really happened. I'll tell you later. I wanted to shout this out because this was new to me. After the show, a lovely woman came up to me by the green room. And I don't know if you were there for this moment. No, my wife was. I confuse you two often.
Yeah.
And there's many reasons why. We'll get into them in another episode. And this woman was so lovely and happy and like welcoming and things like that. And
Right.
she said, I came to your show, a few like pre-pandemic. I came to your show and I saw you for the first time years and years ago.
Right.
And I come to your shows. I brought my then husband with me, now ex-husband.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought him to the show. And I went, oh, okay. And she said, I'd like you to meet my new husband, who was standing right next to her as she explained this.
Okay.
And said, I had to bring my new husband to your show too. And he was like the most jovial person.
Yeah,
where he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, gee, golly, I just loved your show. Like that
Yeah.
kind of guy. Really, really nice. Like a children's television show neighbor. He
Yeah.
was
Oh,
really
okay.
kind.
Yeah.
And
He had a fence in front of him. You could only see his eyes, right?
yeah. But it was so crazy to have someone say to me, I used to come to your shows with my old husband, and now I'm coming to your shows with my new husband.
Yeah.
Here he is right here. And it's pretty
That
wild to hear that. It's nice. It's a
Yeah.
nice thing to hear, and I really appreciate it.
I mean, it's a test for the new husband. If he doesn't laugh
Yeah.
enough,
right? It does feel like she was maybe introducing him to kind of be like, so
Yep.
are
It's
we keeping him?
yeah.
Yeah.
We.
I'm like, I vote yes.
We got to talk about names.
Well, I got to wrestle him, and we'll find out. But no, it was really lovely, and I wanted to just do that shout out. It's getting further and further away from when that weekend was
Right.
because
Yeah.
we're pre-recording so much for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Not
not doing that.
Not.
we
just
are
have to finish-
live right now.
Yeah.
This
We
was
just have
recorded.
to make sure we finish this episode before the fireworks start.
Yes.
But no, I really do appreciate it. And if you are a listener viewer, thank you so much. That was a wonderful thing to happen, and you gave my wife and I like a really fun conversation like the next day
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
to discuss that. It was really fun.
I have a little shout out as well.
Yeah,
So it's so funny.
I don't think it's that little.
So this guy, and I'm just gonna call him Big Daddy.
What? Why is that the name?
Because of BioShock, of course.
Is he a morbidly obese father?
I think so. I think most of our
with
listeners are.
With a drill hand.
Hey,
I thought he was peeing on the side of restaurants and that didn't let him in.
No, so
Dan-
I mean,
oh,
this
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's on YouTube. I only know him as Big Daddy. I think there are some numbers at the end of his name, but YouTube just shows me Big Daddy.
if
And
the name is Big Daddy and a series of numbers, that worries me.
So-
for a commenter,
when someone tries to comment on our stuff, we try to get to it. We
Yeah.
try to say like, "Hey, thanks for listening." He's commenting a lot of
yeah,
positive.
and we're very
things.
combative.
Yeah.
Yeah, who gets to answer? That's
Yeah.
a big one.
Combative.
But so this guy commented on a YouTube video of ours a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, I'll have to remember to comment back to that.
Yeah.
Then the next day it came in. I'm like, okay, another one. Later that day, another one came in. I'm like, oh, that's 3. Okay. That guy, for the past 3 weeks, he's commented on so many of our episodes. We're
Love it.
over 50 different videos that he's commenting on. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
And so instead of commenting back to say thank you, we're just
Yeah.
going to say thank you in the pod, Big Daddy on YouTube. But let me read you some of his comments.
Thank
Please
you,
do.
Big Daddy.
So let me read you some of his comments.
No, now you said thank you. I said thank you. Brad, you're looking pretty unthankful over there.
All right. Big Daddy?
What did you? What? Small Daddy? No, sorry.
Danke, Großvater.
Okay, so
Ugh, that's worse.
It really is.
I,
It really is.
I felt my spine tingle. Yeah.
Thank you, Big Daddy.
hey.
gross. I almost came.
That-
So
I
let's.
just don't do it without warning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll
For
read-
both of you.
I'll read you some of his comments.
All
Okay.
right, please.
On number 39, Brad walks out. He wrote, "So much fun to be had in this pod. I can imagine how much more joy the future holds." Really nice.
That is very nice.
On 36B, Psychic Trivia with
Never
Walt
mind.
Flanagan,
It's a,
with Walt Flanagan and Get Him Steve Dave. I had trouble understanding the game, but as the video progressed, the more I understood and the more fun I was having.
Good.
that was my review as well.
Number 36, we got Spunk. I have to say at first, hearing these young stories were a little weird, but I quickly warmed up to them. All of them. That's the result of being Funbearable.
All right.
He gets it. He gets it. Big Daddy gets it.
I don't want to say this and potentially
Nope.
insult
No need to say
one
it
of
then.
our
Yeah, just keep it to yourself.
wonderful listeners.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, wow. Let me do the bit at least.
Everybody in together now.
Is this an AI?
No, ready?
He speaks in fortune
the
cookies.
next comment is I am not an artificial intelligence.
Number 31B, this was when Brad and I did the Scream 6 deep dive. He wrote, "Not much of a movie guy, and even less of a horror movie guy. But I still tuned into this bonus episode because I love the pod."
Wow. Thanks,
That's
Big
pretty
Daddy.
good.
That sounds like AI.
Number 29, Oats and Boats. Remember that one? We talked about Brad's love for oatmeal?
Yes. And a boat.
He said, "If I see you live,
I'll fucking kill you.
I'd want to say, you're awesome. Loved your show. Pictures, merchandise, thank you. Please come back soon, etc." Now I'm probably going to feel guilty doing that to any of you.
Don't feel
Don't feel
guilty.
guilty.
I don't know what we said in that episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that was odd.
I don't know. Well, thank you. Also, next episode, Big Daddy, I'm gonna have a series of pictures of, let's say, like a duck, but it's
Okay.
in different
Yeah.
angled positions.
Right.
And Big Daddy, I want you. Big Daddy, I want you to pick which one has the duck facing the right way.
I just got a couple more. You ready?
Sure.
Number 19, a Funbearable Christmas live in Providence.
Yes.
So funny to
It
the
was.
point where I could barely stand or hold something.
Oh no.
Okay, number 20. It happened
This
in
is Chuck.
fours. No, it's not me. Number 20 happened in fours, which is the episode where we kept pretending that we heard about celebrity deaths.
Yeah.
Remember that? Oh no, it happened in fours.
Yeah, wasn't that something we also did in like the fucking first or second?
Yeah, well, we
episode?
That was-
recorded it.
It came
Yeah.
out as episode
wow.
20.
Okay.
Didn't you predict someone's death right?
Yeah, Pele. It came. Our clip came out on the day he died.
And can I just point this out? We also accurately predicted the death of Mr. Bean, which was the first one that we predicted, but they're hiding it and they're covering it up. And everybody got it wrong on Avril Lavigne, but Mr. Bean.
Here's what he said about Inhabitant Force. My heart just might break if I hear any of the trio of Funbearable has passed. And if all three pass, ... I don't want to think of it.
All right, we're tipping towards
I'll say
threatening
It's
a
it's
little bit.
it's likely that all three of us die
All
at
right,
the same
got
time.
a couple more.
Same time?
Yeah, same time.
Number
Same
14.
instance.
Number 14, Katie Arroyo on the podcast.
Oh yeah, great guest.
The first female guest had me thinking to myself, a girl is coming over. We must hide the action figures and comic books. Haha. Also, to Brad, I too struggle with anger issues. It makes me want to it makes me want to go to therapy.
Go to therapy, Big Daddy. Yeah.
Go to therapy.
There's no stigma. Go ahead and go. Oh, good.
Couple more.
Hold on. And I will say this too. It is funny, the idea of like we got to hide the comic books and action figures, because that is kind of what we have to do on Funbearable.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because of a current situation I'm feeling about pop culture.
Yes.
And we talked about in a episode that will come out.
I mean,
later.
within the past month, Chuck talked about like cool Chuck. I got to be cool Chuck.
Yeah.
Number 15.
Oh, my ducks. All of my Scrooges.
Number 15B, extra, mail sacks and packages. That was like our second mail sack episode. Do you guys have a phone number to call? I'd like to leave a message if possible.
Sure, it's 401.
We could set up like a Google number.
I think we should. And then
Let's do it.
I'll just do a couple more. Ready?
Brad doesn't want to. Chuck, help me. You're reading your phone. He shook his head. No, like we won't do a number.
We're doing a number.
I say we do a number.
We're taking a vote. Roop?
Just use Brad's
Roop's
number.
in it.
Thank you, Rupert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice to receive a text from someone other than Chuck.
Now, here's what's funny. He left about 30 comments.
Yeah.
And then one day I got an alert. Big Daddy has subscribed to you on YouTube. It was a real, it was a
You
challenge.
worked for it.
We got it.
But then finally, I'm not joking, on episode number 1, the pilot. First episode starts off strong. The advertisement, the way you talk about each other was killer. All the more reason to have regretted not subbing sooner.
All right.
So we got him.
Well, you know
appreciate
what?
it.
Thank you, Big Daddy, and thank you for making us earn it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Big Daddy.
I love that. Yeah.
This has become a real sub and dom situation.
But yeah, so I just wanted to
No,
say
that's
thanks.
great.
Also,
yeah.
nothing wrong with therapy.
No, there's nothing wrong with therapy.
Go ahead and go.
I think there are people on this podcast that absolutely should do it even more than others.
Yes.
And, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And
like-
some of us are just perfect. So
Thanks, Chuck.
Says the guy that wanted to do the exact opposite of what his therapist suggested doing.
which was what?
Remember your therapist was like, you should write down what you're grateful for, like the positives that happen in your day because
Yeah.
you're having trouble remembering them. And you came to this podcast and went, I'm thinking about starting a list of like all the things that I don't like that happen to me during the day. So like your therapist is like, try gratitude. And you're like, but what if I start a hit list? What if I start a little shit list that I write in every day and go, this person wronged me in this way, right?
I thought
I
it was
sneezed and Ray didn't say bless you.
I want to know what's on his shit list. I only fucked 5 hot chicks this week.
I think it's adorable that you think it's like it's all hot chicks. I'm just saying anybody that walks through every door they see isn't going to walk through immaculate doors every time.
hold on.
Did that analogy work?
It's very
Yeah.
nice doors.
I got
to
it.
Deal
I
with.
got it.
Yeah. No, some of those doors are lovely doors. I don't happen to look at them in a way of like the aesthetic of the door.
Plus, sometimes you got to get in the door to see what's fun about the door.
All right. So that was our shout out. One of the things we wanted to do this episode was
The metaphor
avoid
is
this
so bad
topic.
that I'm like, I don't have anywhere else to go with it.
So we pitch you a Merry Christmas.
I never have trouble finding the knob.
Might go in through the window once in a while.
The back door. And also, I will say, I like a door with a nice, simple, tidy mat in front of it.
No mat.
A doormat.
No.
A tidy doormat.
No mat.
I'll just wait in the hallway.
I want that door to be so spick and span.
Just nothing there at all.
Yeah. Sweep it. Anyway, we pitch you a Merry Christmas, part 2. We're all bringing our own, let's get away from this sex thing, Christmas ideas to the
Wait,
podcast.
was yours about sex?
We're all bringing our own Christmas
Remember,
ideas.
it's Christmas.
Last year, I think we did, Ray brought the Back to the Future Christmas movie. It would probably be a Christmas TV special.
Special, yeah.
I did It's a Wonderful Life with biblically accurate angels. And
Oh, yeah.
And Ray.
Thousand
And
Eyes.
Ray, too,
Yeah.
right? And then I brought in a Jackass Christmas movie.
yes.
And so I think the most fun way to do this is to really put no constraints on what kind of Christmas project we're pitching. So I think I'm going to go first this year.
Okay.
Please
And
do.
Oh, no. Is this your thing that you do? Because you've wanted to do this for a long time and start a line of muscle milk eggnog flavors. I knew it. This is all just so you can push eggnog muscle milk.
It's eggnog everything.
Okay, so and you got to bear with me because we're just having fun. Okay, so don't
Okay.
come at me. My idea
It's insane.
was a new Christmas album.
Well, you know it?
Yes.
All right.
My idea is a new Christmas album
Why are you getting quieter like it's a ghost story?
because I need everyone to listen tightly.
Okay. Ew.
Tightly.
Rup, if you want me to cause a distraction, you take it out of it.
A new metal Christmas.
Oh, I'm in.
Wait, are you saying NEW or NU with the umlaut on it?
Yep.
I'm talking.
Umlaut.
We're going back to fucking 2001, baby.
Oh,
And
shit.
we're doing
We're
new-
finally going to write what once went wrong.
Yeah. What part of
Or is it just
2001?
Breaking Benjamin doing Jingle Bells?
What-
Which are we stopping 9/11 or is Breaking Benjamin?
What month in 2001 are we going back to?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So
December,
we're doing a
too
new
late.
metal Christmas. We're taking the bands that got big around that time with the new metal stuff, and they're getting together and making like a family Christmas album.
Family from
Well, it's
new
like,
metal?
It's like they're all friends. It's not like a Limp Bizkit Christmas album. It's everybody.
Oh my God.
Oh, that kind of family.
Can you imagine?
Oh, you're
You
about
said-
to imagine it.
I know, but you said like as a family, and I had this in my head. The Do They Know It's Christmas, right?
Oh, yeah.
With everybody coming together. It's like We Are the World.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was all of the like the biggest musicians of that time.
Yes.
Can you imagine
Yes.
a group thing with all the new metals?
Yes. Ever since Chuck pitched this project to me.
It's serious. Like it's the lead singer from Breaking Benjamin coming out and going, "We are the world," and then Chevelle comes out and they're like, "We are the children." Good Charlotte pops up.
Okay, so I only came up with a few tracks that I didn't want to dominate. I didn't want it to take forever. So I came up with a few of the tracks that would be on a new metal Christmas. If people like it, maybe next year I'll bring more new metal Christmas tracks to the table. But track 1 on the album.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear about it?
Are you giving me a choice or are we leading?
Limp Bizkit opens the album. They have to. They're
That's
the
not
kings.
new metal.
Yes, it is.
That's rap rock.
They're the kings of new metal. They're the
I would classify him as new metal.
for sure.
Rupert.
So-
Your little brother is all about it.
So
Get him, Chuck!
I think it's that.
So I think there's a lot of places to go with this.
Yep.
But the way Limp Bizkit went was that they reimagined one of their biggest hits. But it's about Christmas now.
Is this just a chance to do patented Chuck Staten puns?
No.
Oh, okay.
This song.
What's the song called?
Well, the original song was called Break Stuff.
oh, good. Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know that there are people working around the holiday season who are making a lot of things. They don't feel a lot of appreciation.
Yeah.
And so this is like, imagine if you had like a nice bakery around Christmas and no one's appreciating what you're doing. All right?
I'm imagining.
Oh no! Now I'm Brad because I just did the sigh and looked to camera. I just went.
So, okay.
You just say it. Just say it. We
So-
are. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
The first song on the album.
Big Daddy is like it's baked stuff.
It is big stuff. How'd you know? No, I don't know if
You started with people have to work and stuff, and I thought it was going to be something about like thank staff instead of break stuff.
Should Brad read this? Is that the best way to do it? I think it
No,
is.
I think you sit in your little puddle. I think that's
Yeah. I have my own thing to read later.
you sit in your little puddle.
All right, here. And
No!
don't read this. This is a different part.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, ready?
This is bullshit.
No,
You're
he's funny.
culpable.
He's
You're
funny.
Culpable.
It's
I'm
just
having a stroke.
It's just on holidays when I don't want to bake stuff. All my pies are fucked. Every cookie sucks. I don't really know why, but I don't want to boil or fry if I'm feeling fed up. How'd you think I'd react to your lack of tact? You're ungrateful, in fact.
I like how you said he doesn't want to boil or fry. Like you went with just the medium of how we cook it. This is the process. We chose
This
bake.
guy,
It's instructional too.
he loves baking, but no one gives him any appreciation around the holidays.
Is it more like I don't
there-
like
there's
steaming
more.
or
There's
broiling?
more. I'm gonna keep going. You better stop saying you prefer store-bought candy, motherfucker. It's just on holidays. It's all about the Reese's Pieces bullshit.
See, he's jealous of the store-bought candy.
You better not spit out my biscuits, or I'll be leaving with a bad tip. It's all about the Reese's Pieces bullshit. You're a half-wit. Your mother's unfit if she raised such a little shit.
That's basically the idea of it, right?
Why didn't you do like with the candy, like, because it's Christmas and everybody makes like Christmas cookies and often have candy in them or on the cookies, right? But instead you're just like, no, they hate candy.
No, they love candy. They hate regular stuff. It's these little kids. They don't appreciate
If
it.
someone handed me a cookie, like one of my favorite Christmas cookies is one my grandmother made all the time.
Yeah.
And it's that like peanut butter cookie
With the kiss?
with the Hershey kiss
Yeah.
in it. Love that cookie. That
too.
to me is like that's the Christmas cookie. That's the one my
Sure.
grandmother always made. And if someone handed one to me, I would still be grateful. But if they were like, also that Hershey kiss is homemade, I'd be like, oh, right.
Exactly.
Like a little bit.
This is who he's talking to. You.
All right, so maybe track one, we're looking for more energy than we are necessarily content.
Right.
Sure.
So,
sure,
so there's
But
got to be
also-
other tracks on the album.
Well, I mean, a lot of people with Limp Bizkit, they poured over the lyrics.
Oh,
No-
yeah, hidden meaning.
The other thing, too, is-
yeah.
Because
If you play it backwards,
the real lyrics are it's all about the he says she says bullshit.
Yeah.
And Reese's Pieces, the only thing that reminds
I
me of
noticed
that.
you only did Reese's Pieces,
It's the only thing that reminds me. And I was at war with
and it wasn't even
myself.
about baking.
Yeah, it was. It's a baker. He's pissed.
You don't call a candy maker a baker.
No, he's mad that the people don't want his.
This is where we are. I'm a 40-year-old man with responsibilities,
get it.
and I said with meaning behind it. A baker is not a candy maker.
Well, so he's saying he doesn't like the people that like store bought candy. He wants to make his baking goods, but no one's appreciating it.
Baked goods are not candy.
Exactly.
That's a confectionery.
Exactly. He's saying that they prefer
Your
that.
Honor.
Anyway, I was at war with myself because the first lyric I came up for this.
That's your euphemism for masturbating.
I was at war with myself.
I surrender.
The first lyric I came up with this
Yeah.
was, if my day keeps going this way, I might crash my fucking sleigh tonight. And so I thought it was going to be Santa at first,
Yeah.
but then I decided bake stuff was more fun.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, that one was great.
Yes, we agree.
And then
Great,
the next
great
one.
track to start off the
For
album.
Santa, it would have been fun if he was like, I just want to make stuff.
Yep.
Well, but
He doesn't want to
And
deliver
he's
it.
mad about the store-bought toys.
that's possible, but then rhyme he says, she says.
It's all about the he gets, she gets bullshit.
It's all
All right,
I'm sorry, I had 2 seconds to think of it. You have it in your phone.
let's hear track two.
Kiss my grits.
Track 2.
F that N.
F that end.
No,
No, we don't do that. No.
You made me say it as on the Gibby
No,
episode.
you said fuck that noise because I wrote fuck that noise. I
Yeah.
never wrote F that end.
I,
Never.
I'm going to throw the challenge flag.
All right.
Okay.
So, everyone knows the song, Santa Claus is coming to town. It's like, you better watch out. You better be
Yeah.
good. You better.
That's not the lyric. I like how you're doing this. Everybody knows jingle bells, chickling a bell, trinkling a bell.
But everyone.
All the
there's all
bells
these
are
songs-
trinkling.
All these songs are about how you have to be a good boy for Christmas.
Yeah,
a good
of course.
girl.
Yes.
But it's all played out. We need a new one. We need a new one to
oh,
remind everybody.
That's all has been shit. We want one that's not your granddad's trinkle bells.
So you know the song? There's a song by Drowning Pool called Bodies.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, this song is called Naughties. Hold on.
I don't like that we are enablers. You know what I mean?
hold on.
As a stand-up comedian, I don't want this kind of comedy put out in the world.
So
Let's give the
Hear it
lyrics a
out. You
chance.
gotta hear it
I
out.
haven't
All right.
I haven't heard these lyrics.
All right.
So, and just to let you know, because I know this is going to be, because we're all kind of musical, you're going to say like, oh, shouldn't the lines come in fours? In the actual song, it goes, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. And that's it. There's only 3. Okay? So
Well, that's because the third one he goes, let the bodies hit the...
Exactly. So here, Brad, it's just the couplets of those, and it's pretty short. It's just those parts. Because the actual song doesn't have much for verses.
Yeah.
It's like, something's wrong with me.
It really is focused on those bodies hitting that floor.
Yeah. All right.
It's deep.
All right, so the naughties are the naughty children.
I understand.
And we're trying to encourage them not to be naughties.
It was nice having you as a fan, Big Daddy. I wish you luck in your endeavors in your life.
Let the naughties do the chores. There's need to go to stores. There's no need to go to stores. They're the kids we don't adore.
We don't like those naughties.
Let the naughties do the chores. We don't care what you asked for. You will get no toy of Thor. Let the
You
naughty.
ran out that quick?
It gets worse.
It doesn't get better.
Santa knows the score, right?
Let
That's
the
good.
well, there's
yeah.
let
No toys, rich or poor.
Oh, that's pretty good.
let the naughties do the chores. I think Jim needs a mentor. He's a 3-year sophomore. Let the naughties do the
Really
chores.
focusing on Jim there.
I have a thought we should explore. Let's send Jim to the Peace Corps.
Jim is the naughty kid. in this
One.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the count.
Well, I was thinking about it.
One,
man,
these kids are really bad. 2, they make me really mad. 3,
All right.
I'm gonna something
Sad.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad.
So there's only 4 total. Number 3. There's not much to this one.
Are you crying?
It was funny when you said it. It was good.
He loves his own joke.
At his own joke?
No, it was Brad's delivery that made me laugh.
Thank you.
This one
I
is
think for Chuck, the Christmas story that fits him best is the gift of the me my. It's the magic.
so the third song is actually it's a regular Christmas song,
Oh, good.
but it's Korn doing it. Remember Korn?
Yeah.
So there's a song called "Deck the Halls,"
Okay.
and everyone knows "Deck the Halls."
Yeah, but this time when they do it, they go like that.
So it's like it's hard to do. So I don't know if everyone's going to join in. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to see a whole chorus of people doing the exact sounds that he would make. It's like so. It'd be
Wait,
like,
that was mbop.
yeah.
That was just mbop.
this
I
would be-
really
There was
heard
a Jonathan
mbop,
Davis
dibop,
version,
dibba,
yeah.
So this is it would be like Jonathan Davis.
Yeah. I love the idea of him doing mbop.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's
My dad molested me.
it'd be like
Oh, every song he's got to bring this up.
what is the first part?
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Oh yeah,
Boughs of
boughs
holly.
of holly.
Boss.
So it'd be like
Indiana pronunciation.
deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Yeah.
Tis the season to be jolly.
But it's hard to do that.
I
so I don't know. If
I don't know all the
everyone's
words.
gonna jump
I have to do it in order, so
Yeah.
the pause for the is hard to remember. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
Yes.
Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
Don we now our gay apparel.
La, la, la. No, that one's longer, so you got a la la la.
in. Yeah, that's right. I don't know how to do that one.
Troll the ancient Yuletide carol.
I don't know how he does it.
That would be amazing to do it in the key of the thing.
Right.
And then this
Called
one,
DJ Cummerbund. We know you're a fun bear. Just saying, it could happen.
and then this song is Papa Roach joined the cast.
Yeah. All right.
Now, you ever on Christmas, you ever feel you ate too much food on a holiday? Okay, this is Papa Roach, and they're singing it.
I see the subject line and I'm like, no.
Here you go.
This is Papa Roach, and they're talking about sometimes you eat too much on Christmas. You got to stop eating.
You also spelled it wrong.
Hold on. You know what just happened in my brain? I heard Papa Roach, and I thought of Alien Ant Farm, and all I was thinking of was Smooth Criminal. And
Yeah.
I'm trying. And in my head, while you were just doing this, I was like, Smooth Christmas.
Christmas old.
No, something I'm feeling full. Right? Like I'm
that's
just
funny.
trying to figure it out.
Papa Roach.
Papa Roach, and Papa Roach famously did what was their big
Last
hit?
resort.
Yes.
Cut my slice
Yes.
in
Hold on. Say the name of it.
last dessert.
He's saying it. I've had too much dessert.
Yeah.
Cut
Oh,
my
no.
slice into pieces. This is my last dessert. Constipation, deep breathing, don't give a fuck that my anus is bleeding.
He's constipated.
I'm licking my plate, inhaling these crumbs. Wish somebody would get me some Tums. This cake is too big, the piece I was dealt. Wish somebody would loosen my belt.
That sounds like a Weird Al song from like 2002.
Yes. yes.
Also, let me point out, Chuck definitely wrote Last Desert.
That's fine. Don't
Nope.
shame him about it.
Oh, yeah, shame him about the content.
I mean, you breeze past it. You say it, but you breeze past it. You don't show the evidence of like, look at this idiot's phone. You know what I mean?
So
I'm swiping through photos.
So here's my thing with the Papa Roach one. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember that being parodied when it came out, and like the
I don't
rhythm
remember
of
that.
that. Yeah,
who?
I don't like my friends in high school. Like we would do that.
What would you do?
I always
just
had,
come up with
I always
different
had
lyrics.
cut my jeans into pieces, and now I'm wearing jorts.
And isn't there?
Oh, that's not bad.
And there is a parody of it, I believe.
Oh,
there
I'm
was
sure.
some known thing. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like how you're genuinely like, I'm pretty sure
It wasn't last
I'm
dessert.
the only person that ever thought of making fun of this.
Was it about eating too much dessert?
At Christmas?
No,
Not at Christmas.
Not at Christmas.
All right. Ready? Okay, this is the
So
last.
that's the
This is
four?
the last one.
Wait, you said there were 4.
There was 5.
I lied.
This is the last one.
All right, hit it. Why are you typing?
I'm looking for. I'm searching my email because it's not coming up right away.
I mean, you also sent it to me.
Oh, it's tough
Oh,
though,
yeah, here
because
we
you
go.
always have to write in the same search terms like greatest idea in history, genius song.
People, write in if you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. Let's let Ray know. What do the people think?
No, I'm playing the other side of it. I have to play the other side.
I have to play this side of it.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah,
think I
yeah.
feel?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Cut.
Hold on. Genius song,
Okay, I got
comma, Christmas,
right.
comma,
Yeah.
positive, comma, new metal.
All right, ready? Now this is Kid Rock is coming in.
He's not new metal
he
either.
is. He's-
Honestly, this one's worth it for the joke.
Okay.
I also think if we're looking at this time period, I do think Limp Bizkit was the biggest like band around
Rap rock.
this. I think Kid Rock was really up there. It's like if we're talking about real new metal. I don't think people really know those songs. You know what I mean? I think that this
sure,
is
yeah.
There's an Instagram.
But I guess that's why it's funnier to me because like I remember that period of time.
Like Coal Chamber and shit.
Yeah, and like I said, like Chevelle and Breaking Benjamin and like bands like that.
I
you
think
know?
that now looking back, I think that this period of time is referred to as new metal though.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think-
that's fine.
I
That's
think
fine.
so.
I'm not a musicologist.
So Kid Rock took one of his biggest songs. What do you think his biggest song was?
Ball with the ball.
Ball with the Ball. Now this song is called Fa with the Law.
I love it. I'm on board with this one.
Now, the original Ball with the Ball lyrics were kind of nonsensical in terms of like the actual.
Yeah.
It was like,
But
ball
if you
with
played
the
it
ball-
backwards, it said I'm going to run for president.
It was ball with the ball, the bang to bang, diggy 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 said the boogie said up jump the boogie.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
And so this is Fa with the law, the candy can figgy said the pudding said up jump the pudding. That's pretty good.
All right.
That's very easy to
Sure.
say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so all I have is his first verse.
Okay.
That's all I got.
No chorus.
Well, that's the chorus.
Yeah. that
Fa
is
with
true.
the law, the
Does
candy
it start
can
with like
figgy said
you
the
know,
pudding said up jump the pudding.
like do you do
It
the
goes,
long?
my name is. It goes, no.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes, my name's Saint Nick. It's Nick. He's saying,
Yeah.
Nick. And then it goes, Nick Claus. And it's Santa Claus is singing it. And
Yeah.
it's kind of because Kid Rock was kind of singing about all the lowlifes that he likes. That was
Yeah.
what the song was about.
Santa would also have a little person next to him.
Well, no, not that kind of lowlife. No, so this is
I
Santa's.
think that's a Joe C. reference.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Elf.
low. That's the joke.
Right. Okay.
I think you missed the joke.
No. I got the joke.
So did I. I meant like actual lowlifes.
All right.
He was making a
don't
joke
know
about a
what's
small
happening.
person.
Yeah, different jokes.
Different jokes
For
for different
different
folks.
folks.
Yes.
So this is Santa calling out all maybe the miscreants of Christmas and saying we should appreciate those guys too. Because Kid Rock was singing about the
Miscreants
Yep.
of Christmas? Who?
Well,
Like to Grinch?
Are you sure you can? Are you sure? I don't know if you can pull this off.
nope.
I just don't. I just think that the rhythm of this is really weird.
Then do it. You gave me last dessert, and you keep this one.
Last dessert was easy. So,
Last dessert, I gave you my pie.
so this is about the miscreants of Christmas, just like Kid Rock was originally singing about the miscreants of life. Okay, ready?
Please.
Now this is for the reindeer that don't have any Santas, the carol singers without oil lanterns, the bandits wet and their quick expansion doing toy store heists up from flooded mansions. Do you get it?
I like that.
Yeah.
That one line is great.
For all three ghosts, past, future, and present, evictions on Christmas for the moochers and peasants. All the Scrooges, breadwinners but sinners, and all my heroes carving roast beef dinners.
Yeah, roast beef.
That's not bad.
Hell yeah!
For those
Trying
poor,
to get into it.
for those poor bastards at the UPS and everyone that God didn't bless. Fuck Tiny Tim and his useless leg. Watch the Cratchit mom guzzle my nutmeg.
Oh, I was with it until guzzling the nutmeg.
What do you mean?
When you say that to Merry Christmas to all the people that God didn't bless.
like
does
God
that
bless us,
mean?
everyone, except
Oh,
So this is
to
for all the
me
people
it
that God
sounded like,
didn't
and that's
bless.
why I went like this
Yeah.
because I felt bad.
No,
because I
God
think
blessed him
you
as
meant-
Jesus didn't bless him.
I think you meant Jews. Or
No,
something
no,
like
no.
that.
This is because he says God bless everyone. So that's why I say
Yeah.
fuck Tiny Tim after this.
Well, the first draft was specific.
Yeah.
All right, ready? For the Farkases spicing up childhood and the Grubers of the world misunderstood. You can be a Mogwai, but that ain't fun. Have a midnight snack and try to maul someone.
I love this.
Right? I think that's. And by the way, Brad helped a good deal with that one.
Chuck called and woke me up from a nap, and then
I thought you sounded out of it.
talked at me for 45 minutes about the jokes.
That's fair.
You helped.
I did. I think I came up with useless leg, and then I'm like, no, nothing rhymes with leg. Can we go to crutch? And he's like, no, nutmeg. Guzzle my nutmeg. And then it was 5 minutes of silence as we
Yeah.
tried to make it work, and he's like, what about his mom?
I like how it was quiet, and then he came back to the phone and he was like, "No, the lyric doesn't make sense because I tried. You can't guzzle it."
It will literally kill you if you have too much nutmeg.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
it's
that's not what we were talking about.
It's like my jizz thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not enough to guzzle.
I'm warning
say
people
that.
about the
Guzzling require guzzles. Here's where I'll get pedantic. I didn't realize I felt this way. I firmly believe that a guzzle is multiple gulps.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
That's true. That's guzzling.
I think so. I don't think you could do a singular gulp and it's a guzzle.
No.
You need more
You
than
need
one.
more. It's several. It's
Yeah.
it's plural.
What
Yeah.
if the volume is large? Like if someone
It's
can
got to
like,
be multiple gulps.
If the volume is large, then it's going to take multiple gulps.
And that's a guzzle.
So that's my last one.
I can't believe that. I firmly believe that. That is, I'm going to say A for effort.
Thank you. Do you need some clarification on these lyrics?
Maybe more verses.
Well, I didn't want to do I didn't want to
No,
dominate.
I'm saying
Yeah.
more verses and I don't mean it.
But I was pretty happy with the internal rhyme of for all three ghosts, past, future, and present, evictions on Christmas for the moochers and peasants.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. But yeah, so that's my new metal Christmas idea. Those are the first 5 tracks.
What's the title of the compilation?
I kind of like a new metal Christmas. I was thinking about this because I like how clear it is, and it's such a weird grouping of bands and sounds that it's like what
Yeah,
really
yeah.
represents all of them.
You told me the name was going to be A New Metal Christmas, a Chuck Staten project, thought of by Chuck Staten and produced by Chuck Staten. TM Chuck Staten.
Well, yeah, but the first sentence could change.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
What about then? That's what we called music.
That's good.
Is that something? Can we work with that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Yeah, I liked it.
But yeah, that's my little idea.
That is fun. That's very fun. And I'm sorry I had to play the.
Yeah, no, of course.
I had to be the Simon
Scrooge.
Cowell of
Yeah,
this.
of
You know what I
course.
mean?
That's how I describe you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the Paul Abdul. Cat, MC Scat Cat.
I'm fictional.
I'm a cartoon.
All right, so that was my pitch for this year's Christmas project.
I liked it.
Yep.
I liked it.
So Ruppert, what's
right.
your project? I want to know.
So we're gonna time travel. We're going back to the 1960s,
Okay.
and we're gonna get
Which side of the 60s?
civil rights is kind of it's not a full thing. It's kind of on the way.
Have we landed on the moon yet?
It's about to happen.
So LBJ.
LBJ is president.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is MLK still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good in one way and bad in another.
We got
Yeah.
we got to protect him.
Progress is coming. We're not there yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I understand.
So I'm going to give us the Star Trek Christmas special from the original series that never existed but should have.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I
like it,
Great
yeah.
idea.
The original
The
series.
original series. I'm,
All
I'm, a, I'm a
right.
Trek fan.
Captain Kirk territory.
Yeah. Is anyone here a Trek fan? Just me?
No, listen, when I was a kid,
I don't
was
really-
proudly a Trekkie.
Really?
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
which version of it?
Next Generation.
That's
or TNG for the other Trekkies.
Yeah.
No, I loved it so much that I remember. Oh my god, I can't remember why we were there, but like I think my mom took me to like some museum. We were in Washington D.C. We might have been the Smithsonian or something like that. And then upstairs there was a Star Trek convention happening.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to go in there so bad, and I really wanted to go in. And my mom had to like let me. We both had to sweet talk the security guard because you needed to buy a ticket
Yeah.
to go
Right.
in. To let me go in and buy something
Yeah.
really quick. So I only had one option, which was whatever the table was right in front of the entrance.
Right.
And I got a little, oh my God, I can't remember
The
what they're called.
badge?
Yeah.
Insignia.
Yeah,
The-
there's a
the-
word for it though.
The communicator.
Communicator,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I got a pin, a gold medal silver pin that was the communicator. And I did wear it
To school?
To school under, I had like a sweatshirt, and under the sweatshirt was
I'm glad
the
you had the
communicator.
good sense to be like, I need to hide this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I also had a tricorder, and it was like you turned it on and made the noises and stuff like
Okay,
that.
that's cool.
And then post Next Generation, I was just like, well, I loved that show, and that's all they made, and I never watched it again. I really, genuinely, like, I just never returned to it. But I do love it.
So my
Hell yeah.
mom was big into it. So I never really
Yeah.
like got into it personally, but I know a lot of like the side stuff because my mom was always into it.
So
One
you
of-
have
one
a
of my-
vague awareness.
One of
Yeah.
the nicest compliments I've ever gotten on a comment from a comment in a video, right? Which those not a lot of compliments come through.
Unless
Big
Big
Daddy.
Daddy. Yeah.
Unless it's Big Daddy, yeah. Was on a recent video that kind of pseudo-viral, whatever. Somebody wrote, wow, Jonathan Frakes really let himself go, who was Riker on Next
Yeah.
Generation. And I read that comment, I'm like, thanks? Yeah. I think that's a thank you.
Yeah,
Frakes is
Hell yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I'll take Fat Frakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with Fat Frakes.
That sounds like a cereal he tried to pitch in the 90s.
Fat Frakes?
Yeah.
I did write underneath, and this was a deep cut that I don't think anybody will get. And I wrote that ... was true. That's it.
We made it up.
Yeah, I loved. I could listen to Jonathan Frakes say that was a lie. We made it up. Didn't happen. Not true.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
It's
There's
false.
a super.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen the
Fact or
super
Fiction.
I love it.
He
Yeah.
hosted the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I could seriously, that supercut of just we made it up.
I love
it's not
that.
true. That could be a go-to like sex banger. Like put that supercut on when you're making love. I'm trying to make a funny.
Did you
angle.
orgasm?
Both of you are like,
Just listen to Frakes.
I think that's hilarious. The idea of somebody having sex to a supercut.
That's fun.
All right, I'll
right.
see myself.
No,
out.
it's good.
So in the original series, you have your three main characters. You have your captain, who like is a ladies' man. He sleeps with a lot of people. I think it kind of relates to some people.
I didn't know that.
What's the,
yeah.
I'm gonna give this show a chance.
Who's this captain guy?
I didn't know there was a guy who bangs a lot of people.
Oh, Kirk. Yeah, he's
Really?
slaying
Aliens.
ass, yeah.
Kirk is throwing his dick in every single alien that he comes
Oh, wait,
across.
Captain Kirk from the original show.
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
doing the
sorry.
That's what we're
original
talking
show.
about.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know why.
TOS stands for the original series.
Oh, TOS.
Terms of service.
I get it.
And then
I knew
you,
he banged an alien and
Yeah.
a black lady.
and you have his friend Bones, who like kind of snipes him a bit.
Bones is the doctor.
Bones
Yeah.
is the doctor. He kind of snipes him a bit, you know.
Yep.
And then there's also, the cold, emotionless Vulcan with no feelings.
I feel like this is being mapped on to
I think
a
it's
trio.
just kind of like
Oh,
it's
wait a
another
minute.
trio. That
Oh
I know.
no! I really blindly walked into this. I was just bonesing it up over here.
as soon as he okay.
I truly didn't see it coming. I've just been so focused on playing around.
I saw
with
the
this.
parallel with the first character.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chuck! You see the alien life forms that he comes across. They're into it.
Yes.
They're happy with it.
I'm gonna bang that rock.
Captain Staten in TOS would
Hell
just,
yeah.
It would have been the Federation going, listen, Kirk, you cannot keep doing this. We are meeting new life forms. They are so put off.
All our ensigns are pregnant.
We have a whole other ship follow you after you leave to go and go, look, they're not all like that. This guy respects boundaries.
Like, hey, nice. What's their word for blowjob?
Whatever you call those tits, they're beautiful. Wow, gravity did not affect this planet. Oh my God. Sorry.
So just kind of keep the spirit of those characters in your head as
Sure.
you're reading this.
Got it.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
of course.
important.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So
I'm a podcaster, not a doctor.
yeah. So Captain's Log, star date 2714.1. This is the Kirk monologue,
Yeah.
so I'll spare you the Shatner. Our crew is facilitating the transfer of a group of children back to their parents on Zoran 8. There is the usual discussion about the mission and what is expected of the Enterprise crew after reuniting the children with their parents who have recently settled the planet. So they've colonized the planet, something, I'm a proponent of. So...
You're pro-colonizer? You're pro-colonizer?
you see the shirt, right?
Unfortunately, we ran out of shit to colonize. That's why we got to get up there, so we can find more shit to colonize. They've probably got great spices up there. Are you kidding me?
There's so much.
So many spices. Think of the space oil that we could get.
Ooh.
Space oil, space spices, space slaves.
Suddenly,
The big three traits.
So suddenly, the Enterprise crew detects a weird signal, and they can detect an object in space. As Uhura analyzes the sound, she tells Captain Kirk that noise is sleigh bells. The Enterprise gets closer to the object, and they realize that it is Santa Claus in a sleigh waving. Spock says, I have scanned the object, Captain. There are 10 life forms, 9 of which appear to be Earth creatures. Uhura says, we have a signal coming in. Kirk puts it on the screen, and Santa Claus says, ho, 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 Captain Kirk. You have been very nice this year, and I need your help. And then we cut to the typical Trek credits.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's your cold open. So they're
Yeah.
meeting
Good.
Santa Claus. Right?
Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
So now they're in the medical bay, and Bones is examining Santa, and Kirk and Spock are there. And Bones says, the readings say he's human, but he's over 2,000 years old. He was born in 273 AD. That's the history nerd, obviously.
Yeah.
St. Nicholas was born then, so gotta.
Yeah.
This is all, by the way, this is as batshit as this gets. This is all in canon in Star Trek.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like one Christmas reference in all of Star Trek, and this takes place the day before that reference. So to the star date, I am accurate.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. Santa Claus says, back then I was known as St. Nicholas. And Kirk asks Bones, what do you know about St. Nicholas? He goes, I don't know anything. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a theologian.
Yeah.
So Santa Claus says, it's okay. I haven't been known as St. Nicholas for a long time. You could call me Santa. Kirk says, what can we do to help you? And Santa Claus tells the crew his plight. I am actually an eternal being, given a task so important it affects the cosmos. As long as there has been good, there has always been evil. Onto every planet, a being is born of pure goodness. His goodness can weaken the ultimate evil. His job is to redeem the planet as long as his memory is remembered through a party every year commemorating his birth. So, I think we see where this is going. My job is to make sure
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. My job is to make sure that he is always celebrated so that evil can never get to full power. So, my job is to make sure that he's always celebrated so that evil never gets to full strength. As long as there are believers, Santa will have power to fight against this being. Spock asks, why did Santa say the savior can't be a female? And Kirk, Santa, and Bones all laugh. Because it's the 60s.
The 60s.
Yeah.
They're like, come on.
Yeah. This also feels like it's verging on like propaganda territory, right?
Oh, yeah. It's very...
Yeah. Like if Star Trek had been filmed in Russia, right? Like and they had to follow the guidelines. Now, granted, Russia is not like we're Christian, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that kind of thing. But if America had the same view, right?
Yeah.
Like if Star Trek had come out during McCarthyism,
Yes.
Yeah, like 10
this
years
would be
earlier.
10 years earlier, Roddenberry would be writing like, no, Jesus is fucking cool, man. And he loves capitalism so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in Trek, there's no religion, but I decided
yeah.
I'm gonna put the Christ back in Christmas for this special.
Put the Christ back in Trek.
Yeah. So
The Morning Star Trek. That was a
That's funny.
religious.
I like that.
So, as much as there is good, there is an eternal evil that would like to destroy or corrupt this being of pure goodness. He has many names: Satan, Krampus, Kostamogen, Chuck Staden.
Yeah.
He is a being of pure evil. Kirk says, this all seems pretty outlandish. Why do you need us? Santa explains, you don't understand, Captain. As Earth has lost religion and the Christmas celebration, I have lost much power. You have this new planet's Messiah aboard, and that means Krampus will soon attack.
Wow.
Almost on cue, the Enterprise shakes and rumbles.
Everybody, the
doing the
camera
thing,
wobbles, and they all lean against the thing.
And we cut to commercial with the Enterprise in danger.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Some little kid in the 60s, it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen to the new Messiah?
Yeah.
So Kirk, Santa, Bones, and Spock rush up to...
Kirk, Santa, Bones, and Spock.
What a sentence, right? They rush up to the quarters where the children are saying. Kirk says to Santa, where's your Messiah now? Santa picks out the child, and Kirk says, Bones, grab that kid. Bones says, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a truancy officer. He grabs the kid, and they go up to the bridge as the ship is on red alert. Krampus is on the view screen demanding the Messiah. He's a horrific-looking goat-human hybrid in space. Kirk says, you have endangered the lives of the 430 crew members I'm responsible for aboard this ship. Kirk tells Sulu to prepare to fire photon torpedoes. Krampus explodes in a giant blast. Sulu says, oh my. Because, we have to really hit all the stereotypes and show all the notes.
Sure.
And then he also says, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm not gay yet.
Also, can I make a pitch?
But
Yeah,
I
for
will
this.
be.
I will be.
I think this should be produced for 2024 with all the people that are still alive, I guess. Is everyone still alive?
No, actually, a lot of them are dead. Spock's no longer with us.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I think
And Bones.
Isn't Nichelle
Nimoy and
Nichols?
Bones I think she's still alive. Yeah,
No,
she's still
who?
alive.
You
Nichols.
Yeah.
No, she just died.
She just died. She was in Deadpool.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She was the blind landlord.
Roommate, yeah.
Oh,
Roommate,
I forgot
whatever,
about that.
Yeah.
Never mind my idea. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, Kirk is still kicking.
Yeah, we still got Kirk
Well, I
and Sulu
was
who
gonna
hate
say-
each other.
I would think.
Oh, Scotty's dead too.
Scotty's dead. Chekhov's alive.
All right.
It would be. It'd be cool if they produced this
One Chekhov is still alive. the
next
other one's
year,
dead.
and they just pretended it was a lost episode.
Yeah,
That would be wicked funny.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
I mean, Jeff Bezos and Kirk are pretty tight.
That's true. They've been
Yeah,
in
so
space.
Amazon can fund this.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's all I would want in the world is to watch this.
Sure.
I know, right?
Fuck it, bring Scott Bakula in too.
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
he was a captain at one point. That's how you do it. It's a quantum leap.
Yes.
There's too many things happening in my brain.
All right. So they fight Kirk and Krampus. He ends up on the ship. There's a big battle throughout the whole ship. They end up in the transporter bay and they trap him and they transport him into space, but they don't like materialize him, so he just breaks atomic.
Yeah. And it's important to remember, if this is original Star Trek, Krampus would not be like, not a lot of prosthetics,
Right.
not a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff. Basically just sort of a guy in a Lycra suit, vaguely brown face
Oh, he's
paint.
definitely brown.
He's
This
definitely
is
brown.
60s.
Yeah. And just a lot of stage emoting.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of growling.
Right. And give him like hooves.
He's cloven,
He can go to clomp on Kirk.
Yeah.
And Kirk, does one of these punches where he puts both hands together and then does a swing like that. You know what I mean?
double axe handle.
That's called an axe handle smash.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Kirk loves that and the drop kick. Those are his signature fighting moves.
Yeah, right.
I wrote it in here in detail, but I'm
And
sparing
lust.
everybody.
And lust.
Yes.
Oh,
He also does smell my finger. He distracted him.
so after they did,
Stumbling backward.
Yeah.
so after they sorry,
no,
after they
you're fine.
disperse Krampus, he vanishes and you hear his voice and he says, "I am now beyond body, I am beyond space, I am beyond time." The Enterprise disappears. Kirk, Bones, Spock, and Santa are aboard Santa's sleigh. Santa goes, "Guys, he's changed time." So he was
Oh, no.
so Krampus was able to fuck with the timeline.
Oh, no, Krampus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Santa explains that Krampus has went back and killed Earth's Messiah. Santa's powers are weakened.
I mean, he did get killed
Yeah.
at one point, famously.
But he didn't get, get to live his life. He killed baby.
That is Krampus. Krampus is the one's like, let's get him up on that cross over there. Right? And then it all happens, and he's like, no, not like that. No.
He's still a baby. All right. So Santa says Krampus is weakened, and we have to go back, to before they were able to kill him. So let's travel back to ancient Bethlehem, and you guys have to go. I have to stay behind. I'm too weak. So Kirk, Spock, and Bones ride the reindeer and arrive at ancient Bethlehem.
Yes, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bones.
And it's the 60s, so
Yeah.
everyone in Bethlehem, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful Scandinavian folks just walking around.
And there's like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the desert in California.
Yeah.
They're like the Vasquez Rocks are there.
You can see the word Hollywoodland in one shot. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So,
And Jesus is absolutely blonde hair, blue eyed guy.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So they go back to ancient Bethlehem, and Bones says that he scanned Krampus during the fight, and they discovered that he has a material allergy to 3 compounds combined. And if they
I know what they are.
if they get and combine the compounds, he will die. The trio sets off in search of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
They're gonna be the 3 ones.
great.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
All right. You did it.
So,
You can come back.
yeah, so the trio splits off. Spock goes and encounters a bunch of Jews gambling, playing dreidel.
Whoa.
It's just, they're just having fun. There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe he just ran into some guys.
Gambling, playing dreidel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who would be in ancient Bethlehem, right?
But they would all be that,
Yeah, they are.
right?
That's what
Yeah,
he's
but
saying.
it's like a club.
I guess what I'm saying, Brian Ruppert,
The Jewish person.
Yeah.
me, Ray Harrington, is saying, I don't think it matters. That they're Jewish. I just think it's fine that they could. All I see is some guys throwing
Playing
a couple
dreidel?
of coins around a fun top. That's all. Looks like a cool top. I like it.
It's fun.
I couldn't read it.
I can't read it either. I couldn't tell you how to play or anything. I just like spinning it.
I just know you spin it and there's one song.
Oh, yeah, we got one.
That's going to be on Chuck's new metal cover.
Let the dreidel hit the floor.
That would have to be Disturbed, right?
Yeah.
It's dreidel of filth.
You loved it. We caught him loving it.
I don't like that you went, oh, ho, ho. We caught him. Yeah.
All right, so Spock,
So Spock
the
encounters
cool, logical one that
he
everyone
uses
likes.
his logic and science to create the perfect spin, and he's able to win gold gambling against, these group of gentlemen.
Who happened to be.
Yeah.
Happened to be.
Gentlemen.
Yeah. Bones is offered myrrh if he will help a blind shepherd. He says, I'm a doctor, not a shepherd. And he cures the man's blindness in the name of helping Jesus.
You're getting
Yeah.
sheep shit in your eye.
Yeah. So the man says, thank you. And Bones says, don't thank me, thank Jesus. And he takes the myrrh from the guy. Kirk, while he's roaming around, finds a group of Roman centurions picking on a whore. Obviously, Kirk kicks all their asses and he takes the whore and, they have intercourse for pleasure.
Yep.
And he's rewarded with some frankincense.
You could just say sex worker.
Yeah. Whore.
Well, we're going with biblical terms.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is
We're
true.
very
Yeah.
inaccurate.
No, you're right.
Does
you're
God
right.
call them whores?
God doesn't.
God
but,
calls them horse, yeah. It's God's book.
His minions? What do you call the people that write the
Disciples?
Bible?
disciples.
Ghost
Oh, yeah.
writers. Ghost writers.
It's like the whore of Babylon, I think is
Yeah.
what you're thinking of.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call your mother. Hey! I don't know what's happening today. I'm so sorry.
So now the trio, they all reconvene and they're like, we have our stuff, but how are we going to find Jesus?
Good question.
Can I throw one quick question?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry because this podcast should be called Derail the Podcast,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what we do every episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
Could Kirk have to, for some reason, entertain, let's say, a large group of people, and so he performs a song to the best of his ability, and the song is either a very religious Christian song, or maybe it's a psalm, right, or a gospel song about Jesus,
Yeah.
right?
In my mind, it's "O Little Town of Bethlehem."
Okay.
There you go.
yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then everybody looks stunned and they're shocked, and then he says, your kids are gonna love this.
Yes.
Right? Can we do that?
Yeah, that's great.
You're not ready for this.
Yeah, exactly. It's an oldie where I come from.
By the way, what's great about this is we have Shatner and Nimoy, two Jews, in like the most
yeah.
Christian thing ever
Yeah.
filmed. All right. So, they're looking for the baby Jesus, and thankfully they're able to see a star, and they follow it. They get to Mary and Joseph, and they give gifts for the baby Jesus, and they leave and watch. They're the three kings. And they're hiding out, and they watch Krampus arrive, and as he reaches for the baby Jesus, he gets anaphylactic shock and dies a horrible, wretched death.
Yep.
Because they had given him the gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Good.
Before he dies, could he perhaps say something, and then his story becomes he's the talking donkey?
Remember me as Dominic. By the way,
What's your real name, Krampus? It's Dominic.
We'll go back to like the first episode of Funbearable. Oh, Jesus.
the star pointing the way to the inn? That's Santa's sleigh.
Yeah.
It's the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
And they don't know where to go. And
Oh, okay.
Scotty,
Yeah.
back up on the ship, is like, I'll send down a beacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like
That's
that.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, because the ship
It
disappeared.
vanished, yeah. But
Yeah, but it can show up here.
Yeah,
Could,
that's
it,
all
could
right.
it just be a shuttle?
sure, it could be a shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like the shuttle
Did
that sent them
TOS
down.
have shuttles?
Yeah, they did have shuttle.
Okay, all right.
Galileo
Now I'm, like,
7,
fully
if you want to get
Star Trek.
specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
No.
What happened to 6?
So they watch him die a wretched, horrible death, and they laugh with glee, other than Spock. They return to the sleigh, and it takes them back to their time. Santa Claus thanks them, and they promise to throw a Christmas party every year to remember the goodness of Jesus, Santa, and all they represent. Cut to a Christmas party. Everyone is celebrating except Spock, who is still spinning a dreidel. Kirk asks him to join, and Spock says he is celebrating in his own way. Besides, he finds the three beings in one body to be illogical.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bones says he is happy Spock is still with them, and Kirk asks why. Bones says, because I thought Santa was going to make him work in the North Pole. Kirk and Bones have a nice hearty laugh, and we fade to credits.
That's
Wow.
great. That was
Very,
killer.
very
I like that.
And that's
great.
the Star Trek Christmas special that doesn't exist
Bravo.
but should have.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Bravo.
Yeah, very
No,
good.
Rupert-
Very good,
I
very
knew
good.
Rupert would bring the heat.
Yeah.
You know what's fun, Rupert? I feel like what you did was very similar to last year. What I brought to the table. I love Back to the Future. I could tell you love.
I
Star
love
Trek.
TOS,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And I've always felt, and I'm sure you have always felt, that there should be a Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I created this whole thing with that, and it's funny because the time travel is in there. I didn't go biblical.
Yeah.
That was
You know,
great.
but
That was
yeah,
a
I
great-
loved it. I thought it was so great.
I thought in something that is just like inherently against religion, the only way
Yeah.
to do Christmas was to make it as religious as
Yeah, that's
possible.
great. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love
And that was said as a religious person because Star Trek is not inherently against religion. It just doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's
And that's what religious people do. They see the absence of it and they go, "You hate me."
We sure do.
Making a joke. Making a joke.
Your dick is cursed. Brad says that. to
I'm
me.
agnostic.
I don't know if that has to do with
Oh, yeah,
religion.
no, we're good. We're good.
It doesn't.
It wasn't about you. It was about like
yeah.
a general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not you.
I hate that trick. There's no Jesus. They want like a cross on top of the
Trek.
Enterprise.
Communists, Marxists, neo-Marxist, anarchists.
All right, Ray, what do you got?
Sorry, I'm snapping out of my Red State Ray.
Yes.
Ugh, okay.
He would have loved that special, by the
Red
way.
State Ray would love it, but I think Red State Ray is vehemently against Star Trek of any kind
in general.
and science fiction.
I was gonna say.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like the only science fiction Red State Ray likes is
Warhammer
Like,
40K.
it's like the more like hell yeah, that kind of stuff.
He watches Starship Troopers and doesn't get the irony.
Yeah.
Yes. He loves Independence Day. For sure, he loves Independence Day. Yeah. All right. So my idea is I think the thinnest of the foursome here
Yeah,
today.
that's fine. It's fine.
Let's pretend that there was other writing stuff that I was maybe too focused on.
Okay.
Where I forgot that there was another writing assignment
Right.
due.
Oh, I see.
And so I was too into my. It should have only been a 5-page essay. I turned it into a 15-page essay. I got an A in that class.
Yes.
But now I'm worried about this class.
I got it.
So I didn't have a chance to like fully flesh this out, but I think that's fun. Bring it to the table. We get to play with it a little bit.
Yes.
Similar to last year's concept of taking, hey, here's a movie franchise that I love, right? And I say franchise, I don't want more Back to the Future.
Right.
Just the three.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, don't call it a franchise. Just here's a series of
trilogy,
movies I like.
yeah.
The trilogy. This is, unfortunately, they've tried to do more, so maybe they could. And with digital de-aging, who knows? Christmas, for a special, you got to have, you have the opportunity to really lean into like the North Pole and
Yes.
going to Santa's workshop in his village and all the stuff, right? And there's mystical elements with that. There's magic, kind of unlabeled magic,
Right.
unlabeled Christmas magic. Where does it come from, right? Does it come from, as Brad always loves to say this phrase, the Orient? Or is it more, is it mystical magic? Is it religious magic, right? Something like that. I don't know. We don't know.
Right.
And there's a person that does really well in that kind of unsure of where this magical mysticism lies.
J.K. Rowling.
No.
J.J. Abrams.
No.
J.
You want to do
J. Edgar Hoover. Yeah.
one?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, okay. Are we
J.J. Reddick.
Big J. Okerson.
okay?
All right, I'm done. I think
J. Leo White.
J. Leno.
Joe, there you go. There you go.
Jason Voorhees.
Jehovah's Witness.
J. No.
She's just Jenny from the block.
J.K. Stevens? Is that something?
Dobbins.
Simmons. J.K.
Ooh.
Simmons.
JFK.
JFK.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins is a running back for the Ravens.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My Halloween mashup costume from a few years ago. JFKFC.
Oh boy. By the way, J.K. Simmons as Santa. That would be fun.
I'd love
Oh,
it.
that would be
Just
awesome.
Yeah.
an
He
over
voiced him in that movie Klaus. Did you
Oh,
watch
yeah,
that?
you're
Oh, I gotta
right.
watch
Yeah,
Klaus.
yeah,
I wanna
it's
watch that.
awesome.
I heard it was great.
That's very good. Yeah, so this would involve a bit of a period piece. Let's say a little tiny section before World War II.
Okay.
Thank God we still have, racism and
Yeah,
the good
all that
stuff.
stuff's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
going strong.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I meant for we have things to play with. now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
For a common enemy, of course. Yeah, so, pre-World War II, but things are moving. The Nazis are around. The Nazis are actually trying to find, locate, and acquire all of the Santa-ness, okay?
Yep.
They want to go to the North Pole. They want to find the source of Santa Claus's magic because they are German, and their heritage has shown them that Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, German, right, had this magic, and they're convinced that it was acquired in some way.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
Well, you
I
just
want
tipped
this.
the hat.
I thought
Literally
Chuck-
the hat.
I thought we all knew.
I don't think Chuck knew.
Oh, I mean, I didn't want to guess.
Oh, okay.
I know who doesn't like the Nazis.
There's one guy. There's one guy who really has a problem with
It's Indiana Jones and Brad Pitt.
They don't get along. Indian brat. Pitt. So they want to acquire Santa's mysticism and magic
Yes.
for
Yeah,
themselves. And also they're convinced if they can get like his special sack.
Yeah.
Right? Again, this was all going to be very clearly written out.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the process
fine.
here. If they get the sack, they can produce endless ammunition.
Right.
And, essentially unlimited power.
Right.
Right.
have to do is fish for it.
All we have to do is stick our hands in the sack and we pull out the gold.
Yep.
I have a great ending for this already.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Goebbels,
Yeah.
what would you like for Christmas?
Yeah.
Teddy bear. No. Say something
Oh,
violent.
something crazy.
Something crazy, like a machine gun.
Just like a nice fruitcake.
A giant.
Fine.
Gerber's always a downer.
Here's a fruitcake.
She's always such a downer. I mean, you're a good strategist, but I don't like what you do. Anyway, nobody wants to wish for this really cool haircut and mustache. Anybody could wish for it. I wouldn't be mad if you took it. Hitler's just like, nobody ever wants to do it. I did this as like a thing.
Imitation is the clearest form of flattery.
My Führer, they just don't want to. Why am I turning
like
into somebody
downfall?
My
else?
Führer, they just can't pull it off like you.
Yeah, they think it's unique and just for you. They don't want to steal your look. This is not my look. It is a guideline. Why am I turning somehow Russian? Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
It's because the only German accent I can do has to be in a different cadence.
Yes.
Anyway,
Sure.
they get the sack, they get the power. They get the power, they get the
women.
world.
Oh.
No, Freudian.
Shit.
Shit, piss, pussy, what? I don't know. I hate all of it. So, I'm a little punchy at this moment. I'm on a lot of cold medicine, Ruppert. You're going to get sick. Already. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we can kiss. This is all happening. They're trying to get to the North Pole.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because it also adds an element. Obviously, the cat is out of the bag.
Yep.
It's an Indiana Jones Christmas movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Here's what I like about this. All of the Indiana Jones isms are right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's he getting up closer to the North Pole? Train, a fucking propeller plane,
Can I pitch an idea?
dog sled.
Action set piece on dog sleds.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool.
A chase scene with dog sleds.
5 of them. 5 of them. And
Yeah.
they're rolling onto the other dog
Fuck
sled.
it, 9 of them.
Ice snakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Something we
yeah.
don't even know exists.
There's
Ice
a million
snakes.
things,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
essentially you're pitching hey, George Lucas was involved with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know how everybody loves the whole Hoth thing for the first 20 minutes of
Yeah,
Empire?
yeah.
That's this movie.
Yeah.
It's Indiana Jones in snow.
Maybe
right?
they what's the creature?
Abominable snowman.
No, the Wampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who he gets his arm cut off by Lukey?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Maybe he's in this too. That'd be kooky.
That would be weird.
Wow, we're trying to
But
link.
there could be a Yeti.
Okay.
I would allow a Yeti, I
Yeah.
think. Although I feel like Indiana Jones, there needs to be one mystical thing
Yeah, you're
that
right.
isn't touched too
Sure,
much,
sure.
right?
I mean, and
the Grail.
you're not limited to just because maybe they have to go somewhere warm to get clues.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it'd be cool if he lost his whip, and right in the beginning, something happens.
Oh, and he
then
gets
at the end
yeah.
he needs.
No, it's got to be the hat.
Well, I know. I wanted to lose the whip,
Oh, and he needs the whip.
and he needs the whip at a point, and it's like you forgot one thing, and he reaches
Yeah.
into the bag, he pulls out a fruitcake.
He should lose.
And Goebbels goes, "Hey!"
He loses the hat towards the end, or halfway mark, something like that. No, not halfway. Towards the end.
Yeah.
Maybe the big
Yeah.
final battle.
Yeah.
And in the wrap-up epilogue of the movie, Santa gifts him
Yeah.
the hat, and he checks it, and he's like, and it even has like whatever very unique marking he put on
Right.
the inside. That was my hat, you know.
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of thing.
That'll be set up in the beginning.
Yep.
I do think I think the whip thing would be fun though.
No, I like that. I'm
You like
in.
that too?
No, I'm totally in. Yeah, I love that.
But maybe that's why when he grabs the whip, maybe someone could even say to him, like, "Don't you want to like you can get your hat back?" And he's like, "It's not going to be the same."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. He's like, "I'm not gonna. I don't. You
Yeah,
know,
like it. You know, he's at sea. They're on an icebreaker boat. Again, maybe an action, and
Sure.
his hat blows off in the Arctic winds
Yep.
under the aurora borealis.
Yeah. I love it. And somebody could even hand him a hat
Yeah.
that looks similar.
I mean,
And he's
and
like,
go, look,
no.
here's a hat. And he goes, that's a hat, not my hat.
The idea
Or-
of trying to give him a Santa hat
Santa-
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is very fun.
Or what if he does try to get the hat and he gets it out of the bag and it's not the same, and someone's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "It's not this. It's not my hat." And then Santa
Yeah.
does the thing at the end.
Follow up.
Yes.
We're doing a lot of hat stuff here, but I'm going to throw this out there. I would love a scene where he does meet Santa. I think third act, he meets Santa. I think the crux of the third act is just like Last Crusade,
Yeah.
where you get to like the that temple, or whatever that was,
with the puzzles and all
Yeah.
that.
yeah. And you know they shoot his father, so that's why he has to go through all of it. But that's really kind of that third act mark,
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think in this, that would be when he is at the North Pole. He's there. We've gotten one chase scene outside of the North Pole, plus
Yeah.
all the chase stuff that happened before that.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is like Santa's there, and we got to have the whole thing. So Santa comes in third act. I think there should be a moment where the two of them like roll under a thing, and both of them reach back for their hat and put it on. Because Santa has a hat, and Santa should also be the guy that's like, huh.
Yeah.
Or how about this? What if Indiana Jones?
Oh, you too, buddy?
What if Indiana Jones, because he's always kind of skeptical?
Yeah.
What if he's like, "I don't believe this Santa thing. I don't believe it," and so he's kind of at odds with Santa.
Oh, when he first gets there. Oh, no. Once Santa's there, I think he's got to believe it,
Well,
because
I
that's
like-
what Indiana Jones does.
I like the idea that he's a little bit like he doesn't love Santa though, and
Yeah.
then when they roll and do the hat thing, he kind of like appreciates
Yeah,
him more.
yeah.
That's like
I
a
think
moment of
mutual
bonding.
respect. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he should be skeptical of whether or not it exists, the North Pole,
Yeah.
up until getting there, because that's what happens with those
I
movies.
think they go back to back and they fist fight some Nazis.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you get a fun thing of
And Big
Santa.
Nazi gets trampled by reindeer to death.
Yeah.
Like the plane
Love it.
sequence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I have one idea that maybe this should be for a different project. I think it's maybe a little wacky for Indiana Jones. It would be cool to have the bag the entire time and people are grabbing stuff from it. And then when it's getting a little bit like too much, like Indiana Jones goes to reach in it for something and one of the Nazis like tackles him and they fall into the bag and you see what the world is.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah,
That's
that
pretty
is fun.
cool
Yeah.
because I've never
Sure.
seen that. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would be
I like
cool.
that.
I don't know if that would be where Indiana Jones is kind of over it.
No, instead of seeing in there, think of the bag as like the crevice that opens at the end of Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Think of it as an unseeable thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think our head Nazi gets thrown in the
Yeah.
bag. And at the end, it's very much like Last Crusade, where it's like, you got exactly what you wanted,
Yeah.
right? And Santa can say that. Santa can even say, he got exactly what he wanted for Christmas. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Because he would just disappear. He would be
Yeah.
done. You could even fucking melt his face. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the point here, you could even have fun here that's like Temple of Doom, where maybe the Nazis get there first.
Yeah.
And they have taken some of the elves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're forcing them to make more weapons and things like that, right?
That's funny.
I like that.
There's a lot there, but what I like about this idea, the reason I wanted to bring it to the table is that there's so much of Christmas stuff, of Santa and North Pole stuff,
Yeah.
that is so in that realm of places Indiana Jones would travel, things he
That's
would look
great.
for, and you take the mysticism,
Wow.
and you apply it to that.
I love
and I
it.
think it could be a lot of fun.
You guys both killed it. That was great.
Thanks.
Both
I love
different-
even just the conversation ahead of time before he goes on the adventure.
Yeah.
Of talking about like,
What do you know about Saint Nicholas?
please, there's nothing up there, the North Pole, you know.
I love it.
Well, no, somebody saw this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, that could have been anything.
They should let us
You
produce
know?
every year. They should just let us produce a fucking cartoon Christmas special of whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
and
sure.
we should just do it. Just do
I'm
different
in.
ones. Amazing.
But yeah, that's my
That's
concept.
great. Oh, what a great
What
job.
I was thinking for the ending.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
this
yeah.
so I was gonna go like Raiders, right? So Indy's after the whole thing. He gets captured. They bring him in the bag back to the Eagle's nest, and they
Yeah.
kill Santa. So it's like the end of World War II, right? And Hitler has the bag, and he doesn't read the fine print. When he reaches in, inherent goodness strikes him. Suddenly, the mustache grows into a beard. He gets really fat. There always must be a Santa.
No,
And that's why he disappears. But the inherent goodness, like it's like a good possession.
no, because that means every time I look at Santa, I'd be like,
No.
You used to be Adolf Hitler. That's what he's saying. You didn't clock that?
For some reason, my own brain took over during it, and I thought that basically it was the Santa Claus situation, but Indiana Jones becomes Santa.
Oh, no,
And his name
no.
would be Indy Santa
He
Jones.
posits that Hitler.
As his punishment, and the ultimate evil is now forced to be the ultimate good.
I hate it.
no,
I
that's
hate
great.
it.
That's great.
No, but he's saying
I know.
Adolf Hitler
Yeah,
puts his hand in Santa's sack
I understand.
and becomes Santa Claus.
It's the ultimate redemption story.
There's no redeeming Hitler.
I'm with Ray on this one.
You're like, I could change him. I could change him. Thank you, Brad.
My thing is, it's like it's a possession. Like if demon possesses a good person, they become evil. This is good possessing an evil person.
This is a good
and now
idea.
he's good.
Yeah, but you know what? Good, the fucking concept of goodness would look at embodying the actual physical body of Adolf Hitler and go, no, I can't do that. I can't
I mean,
do that.
I think it's a hilarious idea.
Oh, sure,
I just
yeah.
don't want it.
No, I'm
You know
for
what
it.
I think it is? It's less hilarious and it's more of a, it's not a ha-ha, it's a,
There's an ancient name.
you really got to think about it. So outside of the concept for the special, I guess I'm bringing this philosophical question to you guys now.
Can I posit an idea?
Yeah.
That this takes care of your idea and your hatred of it and yours. Basically, Santa's mortally wounded,
Yeah.
right? And they're like
The penitent man shall pass.
someone has to take over as Santa. And let's say, whatever like thing has to happen. And like Santa's like someone has to take over as Santa. He's freaking out and he's near Hitler and he's like and maybe he takes off his glove and he touches his head and like Hitler becomes Santa. And then
like the Matrix, like an Agent Smith thing.
And everyone's like, oh, and like, let's say it's Marion, whoever else is there, the other Nazis, Indiana Jones, and he becomes Santa. And he's like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm good. I'm, and Indiana Jones punches him in the face. He goes, you're still Hitler. And then he takes his hand and he becomes Santa.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
That's a fun, like, tease of the idea of that.
Yes.
And then it doesn't happen.
Yes, I'll take that. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I genuinely struggle with the concept.
Of Hitler becoming Santa?
Yeah. Even if he's completely gone.
You're so
it's-
weird.
See, I just imagine in my head, that's the worst punishment that could happen for him is to spread cheer every year.
But if it's consciously him,
I will.
no,
I
it's like
don't-
possessed him, so
Yes,
he's like a
yeah,
passenger.
Yeah, he's just but still, like
I
even
will
in
also,
that body.
I will also say,
Yeah.
Hitler Santa, still leaving out a group of kids around the
I was
world.
gonna say, in some ways it's the antithesis, and in some ways it's the ultimate version of him. Right?
Listen, it's different. It's the same destination with different ways to get there.
You get more flies with honey than you do with shit.
But also, this movie gives you what has to happen, which is essentially the tank scene from Last Crusade on Santa's sleigh
Yes. I love
in the snow of the North Pole
Yes.
with cracks and craggles and all the fissures and stuff like that.
That's
you know?
killer. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a silly,
Great
fun
idea.
little silly fun.
So much fun.
I have an idea as well. I'd like to pitch.
Yes!
It is a wholly original project, I think.
And I'll
Okay.
just say that hypothetically, if we had SD cards, there's about 31 minutes left on our SD card.
I got two pages.
You 2 pages?
That's all right. We're
Yeah,
good.
we're
Okay. But how are we going to get through the Santa takes over the body of Mussolini?
The Easter Bunny.
These trains are already running on time. This is awesome. What's I have to do?
Oh, Santa bin Laden. Anyway, my idea,
Reindeer flying into the Twin Towers.
my.
Too soon.
All right. I also have an idea that can distance us from that. It's called the Santa Crawl, and 3 well-meaning idiots are getting ready for this year's big Santa Crawl, in which hundreds of idiots dress up in Santa costumes and travel from bar to bar in search of Christmas cheer.
And they make New York City unbearable. Yeah.
I think
That's-
it's
also
Funbearable?
in other
No,
cities as well.
Yeah, I'll say one of the running gags is that everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Chuck Palahniuk did a story about it, but I thought it was in Portland or something like
Well,
that.
he's from that area,
Yeah,
Portland.
right.
I think it happens in multiple cities
too.
for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
But this will take place in New York.
Okay.
Brad is doing it for charity somehow, and also we're nebulous at like how it's happening for charity.
Oh wait, were we the 3 idiots?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I get
Chuck
it.
is trying to hook up, quote, with the sexy Mrs. Claus. And Ray doesn't want to be there at all, but his wife and kid are out of town and he has no excuse.
There you go.
Meanwhile, 3 not well-meaning idiots are robbing a private gallery of priceless jewels.
Maybe they're reviewing history.
They trip an alarm and have to flee, and they put the jewels in a velvet sack with a very obvious logo. It doesn't matter what
It's
it
a
is.
globe with like film strips.
Yeah, well, basically the logo has to come back later. That's all.
It's a Jules Here logo.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
MacGuffin Industries logo.
Yeah.
They are chased into a nearby pub where one guy stashes the tiny velvet sack of jewels in a men's room, like in a toilet paper dispenser, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Santa Crawl starts at that pub. Brad is talking to a girl, and Chuck, in an
So
attempt...
this is definitely fiction.
Yes. And Chuck, in an attempt to be hurtful to Brad and make himself look cool in front of a woman he knows Brad is attracted to, says that Brad has an anxious rectum.
We're back to fact again.
Yeah,
We're back
I was
to
gonna say, are we
fact.
drawing on personal stories
I
here?
did that recently.
Chuck laughs and laughs and laughs as the woman walks away, no longer interested in Brad.
If she can't deserve you at your anxious rectum, she doesn't deserve you at your calm rectum.
He doesn't have one, but
Brad-
I get the sentiment.
Brad goes in the bathroom.
Sometimes it goes numb. That's the best case scenario.
I'll say this. Brad leaves the situation, goes in the bathroom, and puts on headphones, and it's got meditative music to calm him down. So he really does have anxious. But he doesn't
I like
poop.
the idea of that, and then you're also carving in the wall of the bathroom stall, like, Chuck is rude, and it's not mean enough to be graffiti.
We established Brad has been eating healthy, and his poops are like little rabbit pellets.
Fiction again. Back to fiction.
As you likely guess,
Chuck abuses the truth.
he finds the sack, but it assumes it belongs to just a different Santa on this Santa Crawl.
Yeah.
He does not look in the bag.
Always look in the bag.
Elsewhere, the thief is being questioned by the FBI. This isn't local. This is national. This is a big deal.
I mean, these are big jewels.
Yeah, the guy finally admits it, but the second-in-command FBI guy makes a call to some shady mob guys. And the original thieves are also still looking for the jewels. So there's your conflict. The trio have the jewels, but don't know it. God bless it.
Can I...
The thieves want the jewels, the FBI wants the jewels, and now the mob wants the jewels. Oh, and there's a supervisor for the charity to make sure Brad does the whole pub crawl, I guess, for charity.
Can I throw out
Yes.
this? I would like the 3 bad guys to be the 3 bumbling baddies from Baby's Day Out.
Got it. Perfect.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I love that
Isn't
one
Joe
guy.
Montaigne one of them?
Yeah, I think it is.
I
Yeah,
think he's
like
hilarious.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that.
I think like Montaigne Get all those guys in there.
Joe Pesci and
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. Yes.
Oh no, those.
Oh no, I know they're not the other two,
Yeah.
but we could.
But where's
Yeah, we could, yeah.
where's Pantaleon gonna go?
Oh, Joey Pants.
Joey Pants needs to be one of those guys.
Right.
Right. They got the jewels. Right. Like
We get some fun and games at a few different pubs. There's like a gross, dirty, skinny Santa. There are different ethnicities of Santa that are just hanging out with their own ethnicities.
There's no mixing.
Well, yeah. Why did you write it that way? And they're all separate. They're equal, but they're separate.
Because
Some are in the back of this party bus.
because I've been to a college dining hall.
Wow. Take that, Ray.
There are
Red State bread.
there are sexy Mrs. Clauses, and Chuck keeps trying to hit on them. Every single one is gay.
This is a fantasy.
Dumb stuff
Wait,
like that. Oh,
This is definitely Red State Brad because he's like, oh, and if they're not into him, they're gay.
Well, that's true.
there's a group of little person Santas, and Chuck keeps saying, "I'm going to ask him," and Ray and Brad keep telling him no. As Ray and Brad converse about something else, Chuck in the background approaches the group, gets punched in the nuts, blah blah blah, and then comes back and says, "Not every short person is an elf." Something like that, like a similar joke
we can get
to the movie Elf,
Yeah.
but with the background action of Hot Rod when they keep slamming
Yeah.
into the van.
Oh, also, we can get our friends to do it.
Yes.
For the micro wrestlers.
I thought I thought the joke was going to be. This is more just a verbal joke
Yeah.
to throw out at somebody, which would be looking at the gaggle.
Yep.
I think that's the correct
Absolutely.
pluralization.
Yes.
A gaggle of little people Santas.
Yep.
And just going, wow, your elves must be huge.
It's very good. Very good.
Or, wow, your elves must be minuscule.
Yeah, it's super tiny. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Are
funny.
the elves here right now?
Oh, that's
But
funny.
I like the idea of going. They must be huge, because the idea of it's like a 3-layer thing.
Yeah.
One, the opposite of
Yes, right.
is funny. 2, going a separate direction of what you might be thinking, and 3, it also sort of says like. It puts to mind the idea of like, wow, your dick must be huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you get all 3.
Sure.
It's just Neapolitan.
Ray notices that some of the people at each bar are not dressed as Santa. We see representatives of the mob and the FBI and the thieves.
There are a lot of Jews in this
Yeah, I was
bar.
gonna say.
Ray
What's up with
is-
the guy spinning the dreidel in the back?
Ray is
Rupert just looks over.
And he's lighting a candle. This is weird.
Ray
He's not tipping.
Ray is pleasantly
Sorry.
drunk and befriends one of them, probably like a super tough mob guy, but they talk about their families and how much they love them, and then we smash cut to them karaokeing to I'll Be Home for Christmas together and just
Oh,
sobbing
that's
with
cool.
one another.
That's great.
Can I throw out, perhaps maybe they're singing Cats in the Cradle.
I wanted to
You wanted a Christmas
keep
one.
it Christmas, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The gross skinny Santa throws up all over the place. Chuck and Brad pull Ray away and regroup in another room. It's just the 3 of them. Brad asks if they've seen the Santa they saw earlier because he found the sack. He opens the sack. This is when he realizes they have the jewels. Wow. Jewels. Clearly, Chuck says finders keepers. The jewels are theirs. They found them. Ray says put the jewels back where you found them. Brad, of course, wants to go to the authorities. Ray assures the trio, we can go to my brother-in-law. He's a cop. Trio goes to a police station. They ask for
He's not.
Yeah, I was
My
like-
brother-in-law is not a cop.
right.
ACAB, yeah, I know.
We ask to see Ray's
All
brother-in-law.
brother-in-laws.
Bra fucking vo.
Yeah, that's good.
It's so funny because we were doing the same thing, but our math was different. I love that because I was going all brothers. So A back, all brothers. No, that doesn't work. Because I was just like, he's a tax guy.
Yeah, I also was thinking of your actual brother-in-law. I was like,
Yeah. That's so fun. By the way, I would totally not be like, we should put those back where you found.
I
Put
needed-
that back in the toilet.
I
Brad.
needed 3 points of view.
My point of view is how about this? We have the same, his is hornier. Let's keep
good
it.
metaphor for us.
Yeah, that is. It really is.
The trio
You should
go-
have had one of them looking, like not looking, and be like, Jules, put it on. I love Who Will Save Your Soul.
So-
Yeah.
something like that.
Who will wrap your gifts? I'm trying to make it Christmas. KIC.
Yeah, that's
Keep
for
it Christmas. Idiot.
Yep. The trio goes to a police station and asks for Ray's brother-in-law. As they wait, Chuck sees a poster on the wall with common tattoos of like different gang members and what they mean. The obvious logo from the bag is a tattoo that means the person is with the mob. So now they realize they have mob diamonds.
That's great.
I like that idea though. Like, tell you what we're gonna do. I'm the head of the mob, by the way.
Yep.
We want to operate quietly, inconspicuously. Okay. Congratulations, you're in. Now here's our tattoo.
Sometimes
Bad guys.
Sometimes things need to happen for the sake of the plot.
I totally get it.
So
There's so many movies where like the bad guy henchmen all have the same tattoo.
Well, here we
But
go.
I like that they have branded bags too for the heist.
Hey, listen.
If this is lost, you know.
Listen, for the jewels, and when you get jumped in, you get the tattoo, and then you get a heist bag.
guys,
The merch is awesome in the mob. Are you kidding me?
I've got some bad news.
Now make sure to pinch it. Get your fingerprints all over that
Oh
thing.
God! Last year at the company picnic, we were supposed to get new heist bags.
Right.
They gave us heist hats. I don't need another heist hat. I got plenty of heist hats. I need another heist
Who
bag.
needs a bucket hat during a heist?
Come on.
Ray's brother-in-law comes out, reaches to shake Ray's hand, and the boys see the inside of his arm.
No, Ray.
Tattoo! He's in the mob. He's a crooked cop. They make some lame excuses. They leave. Great chance for a joke about Ray never realizing his brother was connected, or brother-in-law was connected, despite and it's just flashbacks. And the logo is
obvious.
everywhere.
Yeah,
There's a guy rolling carpet. He's
He's got the heist hat on.
You're helping him move the carpet. This carpet is so heavy.
And
and it's
And
wet
it's
and
bloody.
wet.
and like the family on a cop salary is living so far beyond their means, stuff like that. So word gets out
My
to
brother-in-law, for some reason, is like so in on pasta sauce every time I talk to him. I'm sorry, you got mad when I started the joke.
It's all right. Word gets out to the other groups that that 3 Santas have the jewels, but they don't say which ones. There's 3 Santas have the jewels. All the groups rough up the Santas. This is
great.
Until at the penultimate pub, the only 3 Santas left are the trio. There's a confrontation. The trio, of course, says we're soft boys. Please don't hurt us. There's a fight scene. Now I do need to get through this whole thing, so I would ask for you to finish this joke, and then we can all
It's so
joke.
fine. It's so fine. You have been on the edge of your seat for this whole episode. Every time I make a joke, it has made me feel bad, and I'm sorry that I joke on the podcast. I will never do it again.
Thank you. During the fight, Chuck gets straddled and choked by a woman. She stops choking him and is disgusted. Chuck says, "It's a natural reaction." Later during the fight, Chuck is choked by a man, and the same thing happens. And then we cut away and we cut back to a hand on Chuck's throat, and then it zooms out and it's Chuck choking himself. That was the joke I wanted to get. Thank
That was
you.
perfect. That was
Thank you.
great. I love it. I love it.
So during all this commotion, the trio reunites under a table and they bicker or whatever.
Yeah.
Brad has an idea, but Chuck and Ray get pulled away.
Before the idea happens under
Yes.
the table, now I can do it?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So they're under the table and commotion everywhere and all that, and they're under the
You know,
oh my
because
God.
FBI's fighting thieves.
Yeah. And we're all like, well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And Chuck goes, I got an idea. What if you choke me? What? Yeah, just like if you just choke me a little bit.
And right when it seems like it's too much, go harder.
Yeah, and then you say the idea of like what should happen,
Yeah.
and Chuck is just like, that's a great idea. What I'll do first is I'm gonna wrap, and as he's talking, he's taking his belt off and wrapping it around the leg of the table they're under, and he's like, I'll be right here. You give me the signal.
Violent fighters, none of you have a choking style.
Sadly, Chuck and Ray get pulled out from the table, leaving just Brad. And as a threat to their lives, Brad emerges and says, "Look, you can have the jewels back." He has the bag. The FBI guy gets the bag. The thieves are caught. Kind of jiggles the bag. Whatever. Everyone is arrested. However, the traitor FBI guy escapes with the jewels. The second in command FBI guy who was secretly working for the mob, he gets caught in traffic or some nonsense. Maybe there's an earlier line about how he hates New York City because of the traffic, whatever.
Yeah.
And he has a chance. He's like, oh, I need to test the jewels to make sure they're legitimate, make sure they're whatever. And so he takes one out and he bites into it, but he bites all the way into it. It's Brad's poop pellets. He pooped in the bag under the table, getting over his anxious rectum for his friends.
I didn't see it coming.
No.
Did you
Especially 'cause
keister the
it's
jewels?
poop
Yes.
and jewels?
Yes. Well, he's
Famously not translucent.
So I'm like, chocolate diamonds. I'm like, whatever, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we can make him brown.
Yeah, the guy.
Brown jewels, the rarest jewels of all.
I mean, chocolate.
Precious stones.
Well, we've heard of blood
that look
diamonds.
like shit. Yeah.
What other
poop diamonds?
Yeah, exactly. Something.
And I've heard if you have blood diamonds in your poop diamonds, that you should
see
go
a
to the doctor.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Stop clapping. Stop clapping. No.
Oh, it's great.
I hope the camera catches that. Yeah. That was amazing.
So that guy gets arrested. The jewels get donated to charity or museum or whatever, and it somehow fulfills Brad's promise to do this Santa crawl for charity.
yeah.
Chuck
Your social worker's like, all right. And, yeah.
Chuck hooks up with a lady dressed as Santa, not Mrs. Claus,
Yeah.
as Santa. Ray reconnects with his family. It's very nice. The epilogue, we see a shot of Chuck with a woman. She's next to a bathtub. He's not really paying attention. She leans over. He isn't phased. She drops the robe and climbs into the tub, all sexy, no reaction. Then she takes the bubbles from the bubble bath and puts it in a big white beard. And Chuck's like, and dives in with her. He's got a Santa fetish. It's like,
That's fun.
I think American Pie 2, where Stifler in the epilogue was like getting a prostate exam.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
It's that same joke.
That's good.
Ray is with his family at the extended family at Christmas, but like steers his kid away from the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And Brad
Oh,
helps.
that's unresolved, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Brad,
you got this over your head now. Every like holiday.
Yeah.
Brad helps at the soup kitchen. Then we pull back like a copter shot or whatever. The dirty, gross Santa is on a rooftop and like taps his nose, and we learn that's the real Santa.
That's fun. Yeah.
So
I
it's
like
a
that.
magical ending.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's it. So some
Yeah.
hurdles.
What's your title?
The Santa crawl,
I
because I
love
didn't
it.
want to call it Santa
Yeah.
Con.
Right,
Because that's
right.
what it actually is. But like the through line of everyone hates it. Everyone in the
Yeah,
city
yeah,
hates
yeah.
everyone involved with this thing.
Yeah,
That's fun, man.
I don't know how I mean, a diamond heist is fine. The anxious rectum thing was based on a real thing that happened when Chuck said it. From a
What
woman
is
he
an
knew I was-
anxious rectum? Because I'm confused.
It's a great
by that.
question. It's a great question.
I always make up stuff and tell people that Brad has it. I always tell people he has an angry bladder.
Now, here's the confusing part. In the real story, you took a shit in a Crown Royal bag?
It looks that way, yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's my only hang-up with the movie, is that the poop pellets
I know. I
look like the gems. That's my only... I love
Yep.
it, and I would watch that movie
Yep.
and be happy for
I
it.
need to figure it out.
Well, what if there's a scene where it's kind of like Ghost and he's like shaping them into the diamonds, and we
No,
cut back after
no.
the guy?
No, because I wanted it to be like the idea that they would be individual things, so you would feel like like if you have a thing
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
marbles, you feel the difference, whatever.
Maybe we have to think about it.
Yeah.
Can I throw this out?
Yes, please.
I think you could play it without any shit.
Okay.
Maybe take that biographical part out.
Yeah.
For the sake of the children everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
What if, sticking even more KIC, keep it Christmas.
Yep.
What just happened over here?
Steve says pearls.
Oh, pearls.
Steve
Close.
from Reviewing History is right offside.
Yeah, yeah.
Pearls isn't bad.
Close. By the way,
Wrong
I
call.
thought I told you guys the one thing I hate in my fucking life is when somebody stands where I cannot see them and says pearls. I hate it. Anybody saying any kind of necklace behind me. My thing is KIC, keep it
Right.
Christmas. What if your character has coal that they are jokingly like giving to people?
Oh,
and
it's
you
part of the
put the,
Santa
coal
Yep.
in the thing, and it feels like uncut diamonds.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. And so you get a reveal at the end. The bad guy literally gets coal.
Oh, that's great. But I got another way to set it up more. Because him just having coal is a little bit weird for his character in my head.
Yeah.
What if I am like kind of critical of... what if I am kind of critical of Brad because he's always like... nitpicking everybody and pointing
sure
out their
am.
shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I got something for you. And I give him the coal
Sure,
as
yeah.
like a joke of like, why don't you give everyone coal that you think is
Yeah,
shitty on the
right.
Santa crawl? Like I bring it on purpose and you don't like it or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Oh,
that's the
ooh.
thing that annoys you.
Yeah.
How about what if it's like random teenagers we see throughout the movie
Yeah.
are harassing Santas,
Right.
And they're throwing coal,
Oh.
and you get the comedy of Cole beaning Brad
Yep.
out like from nowhere. Like
Yeah.
he's talking, he's like, "I just don't think we should blah blah." Bang, hey,
Yeah.
and your character is just very. I'm keeping this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, that's good. And maybe we make the bags really thin so they could be red, but make them thin so that it's really easy to see the lumps of the diamonds in it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
way at the
yeah,
end
yeah.
when the guy grabs them, the audience has no idea. They think
Right.
it's definitely real.
It's weird because I think about, I'm like, all right, so I say, here are the diamonds, and the FBI director takes them and gives them to his second in command without looking at them. And
Yeah.
the second in command then flees without looking at them.
I think
and
it's
I'm like,
I think it's a quick.
Yeah.
A quick change,
Yeah.
where you have the bag of diamonds
Yep.
and you have a bag of coal.
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And you go, I'm gonna give you the diamonds, like you can see it, it's open.
Okay.
Like something like that, like it's on
Yeah.
a table,
Yeah.
open, and you grab it, and you go here, and you do the switch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way
Yeah.
you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Where did
great.
the diamonds end up again?
They were donated to like a museum. Like truthfully, what I
Yeah.
love is they came from a country and we give them back to the country.
Yeah.
Okay,
Returning
yeah, sure.
stolen relics.
Yeah,
Well,
there you
if,
go.
if you want to make this a little Jewish, you could have it not be diamonds; it's gold coins, and you switch it for gelt. If you want to Jew it up a bit, no.
Yeah. He goes to bite it.
Yeah.
And it's the chocolate coins. Yeah.
Every episode always has somebody say, "If you want to chew it up."
Yeah.
No, I like that idea too. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to play that. I think it's fun. I think I just liked the idea of him getting coal
Yeah.
from Santa.
That's
No, that
very
is
good,
that
you
is
know?
that is
Yeah.
such a good overall kind of like fun thing for the audience to experience at the
yeah.
end.
How about this? What if there was an exchange happening?
Yeah.
We can incorporate
Yeah.
yours. There was an exchange happening with gold coins, right, for the diamonds.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
And it's like a suitcase.
I like
and
that.
we would have to somehow have it where the gold, chocolate gold,
Yep.
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah.
And the switch happens. So, one set of bad guys get chocolate gold.
Yeah.
And one set of bad guys gets coal instead of diamonds.
Yep.
And you end up with both
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's
Double
great.
con.
Yeah.
That's great. And I was thinking for your charity thing, maybe you could treat it like the 5Ks, wherever how many miles you walk, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a certain donation.
Yeah.
And maybe this Brad character could do it so for all the bars he goes to, especially because he doesn't like bars.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's funny, and it would
Oh,
be
him fundraising,
Yeah.
and it's not a fundraiser at all. The person that's checking this for you,
Yep.
they're like, this makes no money, and they're very critical of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Very critical the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so in the end,
Yeah.
when you hand them
yeah,
a huge amount of gold,
Yeah.
yeah.
and you go, here, this is for the charity,
Yeah.
and it's like a record-breaking donation,
Right.
and that person doesn't know how it happened, because throughout the movie they would have to be not in on that part,
Yeah, exactly
right,
right.
Yeah.
They would just be put in their own place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
And you would look even more like the hero.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow.
I
That's so
do
good.
worry if we're losing the heart of this, if it doesn't stop for Brad to shit in a bag at some point. And hand it to someone.
We do,
Yeah,
cutting room floor.
Track 7 of the new metal Christmas album is just an audio recording of me shitting in a bag.
Bag.
Let the braddies hit the floor.
The Braddies in the
I got to make my little braddies.
That's what I say.
I do think that, maybe without the poop is fine.
Yeah.
And then there's a director's cut that comes out.
Sure.
That's 3 hours long.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all poo poo.
Yeah.
But I love that too. I think
That was
we all
great.
came with some fun stuff
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
a good
think
time.
very varied, which is what I always want. I always
Yeah,
want it to
for
be
sure.
very varied. That was great. Killer.
Well, I was worried because, I had to change mine on the fly. After you did yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was
right.
like, I got to come up with a new idea.
Fa
right.
with the law.
Yeah, fun with the law.
Yep.
Can't do it.
Well, folks out there, thank you so much for sticking around with We Pitch You a Merry Christmas Year 2.
Yeah.
And we're excited to have you along with us. If you have comments on any of the ideas shared here today, please send us an email, funbearablepod@gmail.com, or through socials @funbearablepod. check out Reviewing
Just gonna
History.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Where can people find the podcast and you?
Yeah, Reviewing History. You can follow anywhere there's podcast. Review History Pod on Twitter. Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. We're on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, all that stuff. Follow me personally at Brian Ruppert with 2 P's everywhere. You know, Instagram. I'm on Letterboxd. I rank and review every movie I watch.
Yeah.
Bandcamp.com. Reviewing History. Check it out. The Christmas album. This Ain't No Whack Christmas. $5. Half the money goes to St. Jude, and you get
Yeah.
more Chuck in your life. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah, the charity is
Other
great.
than maybe right.
And also, and also next week we're going to talk about on this podcast. We're going to talk about It's a Wonderful Knife and Thanksgiving.
We saw those.
because Ruppert and I saw them together, so
Nice.
we're going to talk about them a little bit.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
Great.
I love it.
Well, for Brian Ruppert,
Thank you for
No,
coming.
guys,
I
thank
really
you so
enjoy
much
it,
for having me.
sincerely.
Oh,
I
it was
love
great.
you guys.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
You too, buddy. I'm glad because we've wanted Ruppert on for a long time, so I'm
Yes.
glad it worked out like this.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to do a Funbearable Reviewing History crossover
I would love a
episode
big
at some point
crossover,
all together.
yeah.
Maybe games. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
I'd love to do
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
and how can we rig it to win? For Brian Ruppert
Pull a Chuck, if you will.
and Ray Harrington and Chuck Staden, I'm Brad Rohr saying thanks so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
When does Hanukkah start?
December 8th. Friday, December 8th. Yeah.
So we're right around that time.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Almost Merry Christmas.
What else?
I think we're good.
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa?
Today is St. Nicholas's Day, December 6th.
Oh, what's the difference? I don't know. What is Saint Nicholas
My
Day?
German teacher would give us mini candy canes. And I think in
Only certain kids.
Yeah, in like the Netherlands, it's Sinterklaasdag, and you leave your shoes out, and then they put stuff in the shoes, maybe poems or something.
Yeah, it's like they put like it's like a
Shoe
Dutch
pump.
thing. They put like candy and shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
December 5th is Krampusnacht.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that just happened.
That means
was last
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means night.
Yeah, there's another Nacht when I hear it. My skin kind of crawls. I get pretty
night
scared
of
about my
crystal.
windows. Yeah.
The night of crystal. I think that would scare anybody.
Yeah.
Oh no, now I have another 20 minutes to goof about.